Hello? It's me.
At midnight.
David Hunt.
Dr. Dekker. So... Oh, that was the wrong intro. So, yesterday we finished Act 3 and we got on to Act 4. And we had an intro with Jaya saying, is this a dream? And normally when you go to the menu and you hit continue, it gives you that intro.
At midnight each day.
On Valentine.
But that's the intro to Act 3. Interesting, maybe it's a little bit of a glitch, but there should have been an intro where Jaya says, Doctor, whatever, is this a dream, right? Like, okay, never mind. Well, we're in a dream. In a dream. Da, 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 da. What's that song? Da, 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 da. Hello, Jaya.
Answer me.
Yes, this is a dream.
That's a good doctor. Yes, it's all a big dream. So let's get down to business.
Let's
Do
get
you
down
believe
to
that people
business.
can have kinetic powers?
I mean, we saw video evidence. Yes, I believe people can have telekinetic powers.
And how do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them?
We encourage them.
Oh, doctor. How
Oh
disappointing.
no!
We've been through this already. Encouraging them to use their power just makes them
I
worse.
know, but it's so much
That's
fun,
what Dr.
Jaya.
Dekker did. Look at him now. I thought you were different. Oh, I thought we'd get on, but I'm wrong. Enjoy your sleep, doctor.
Oh shit! Huh? Oh, what? Okay, so Jaya visits you in your sleep. Right? Asks you if it's a dream. You say yes, and she says, of course it is, right? As if she knows it's a dream. So, Jaya has the ability to go into people's dreams? Did anybody else ever mention a dream? I don't think she drugged me. I think we were already asleep. I think she just left the dream state. Also, what up, Grummeldunk? What up? Tomorrow, the new Simulacra game releases. Simulacra 3. Remember that mobile phone game? Where you, like, look at the person's photos and texts and stuff like that. It looks like Simulacra 3 is set on an island and it features a male protagonist instead of a female this time. I'm tempted to get it, but I'll wait and see the price because, like, you know, they've been getting more expensive, the Simulacra games. And the second one wasn't as good as the first one. But tomorrow's also the Steam sale, so there's a chance that I'll pick up something interesting in the Steam sale instead. In an annoying mood as I helped my junkie niece with moving a bunch of furniture and stuff. Jesus. I mean, at least you're helping her? I don't know. Wow. I can't say I've been there. I mean, it sounds like you're doing the right thing though, right? You're being supportive, you're helping, you're not excluding her, you're not giving her the cold shoulder. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the right approach. Did I skip to the next act? There's no patience. Yeah. Some people who are like addicted to stuff, it's some people are kind of unhelpable. It always feels like, you know, some of the help or change has to come from within. But, you know, you can kind of help as much as you can on the real world stuff, right? I always kind of think that when people say that somebody's being enabled in their drug use, you know, like say for example, like say something like simple, like somebody's like smoking weed every day, right? And it's their partner that pays for everything, and it's their partner that, like, you know, helps them out and all the rest of it, right? And people call that person an enabler, but really, like, that's the support system that somebody with addiction needs. Being an enabler or, like, you know, not helping somebody is helping them, right? Like, how do I explain that? I'm not good at explaining it. But what I mean is, like, you know, you can't give up on people. If somebody's addicted to something, you've got to, like, take care of the real world stuff for them until they're in a good enough place to help themselves, right? I mean, I would assume that since you said you're moving furniture, that she's moving somewhere else, right? You gotta help. It's a thing.
There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I'm not broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Oh yeah, Nathan said that he pulled out in front of the driver and killed him. That's why we got the Act 3 intro, because that wasn't actually
Morning,
Act
Doctor.
4.
You're looking a bit unwell. Are they getting you all wound up? Well, have a look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently, Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money. Sounds dodgy, doesn't it?
Babe.
I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had... Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead. And can we not do the grief counselling thing today? I'm all sorts of behind on work, and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything though, I'm here.
I can push some of those buttons for Jaya. She just said a lot of keywords. Oh, wow. Huh? We've got Scarlet, a new character, right? Scarlet is only mentioned in a couple of people's things. Alright, back to what you said about the stealing money and whatever from a pizza place. I mean, Jesus Christ. Not a good idea, you know? Not a good idea. I don't think I've ever committed, like, an actual crime. I think the only crime I've done, right, and, like, I think I've accidentally sped, right? Like, I've been speeding accidentally. When I first got my bike, I would go, like, 40 and 30 zones because I didn't know. Some of the signs aren't, like, well signposted. I think that's the only time I've ever broke the law. I would never even consider stealing stuff. Like, whenever I watch something and somebody's, like... Say there's a movie and people are stealing something and it's to survive and things like that. I can kind of get it, right? But if it's like addiction and stuff like that, nah. It makes me think how desperate you'd have to be, right? Because I would shit myself. I don't have the balls. I really don't. I don't have the balls to do that. Wow. I don't know, man. If they split up, that's good, right? I'm trying to remain positive. I'm trying to remain as positive as possible, but it doesn't sound like a positive situation. It doesn't sound like a positive situation. If there's like a junkie and a breakup and she has to like move house because of it, it doesn't sound like a positive thing, right? But you know, I'm trying to remain positive. Fuck. This is like when the Queen died and I kept making jokes and my mom and dad were like, why are you making so many jokes? I'm like, this is how I deal with like fucking... This is how I deal with drama. This is how I deal with it, right? This is how I deal with fucking bad shit going on. I fucking humor. Oh fuck. I had to hold back when I was streaming when the Queen died because I made so many fucking jokes. Holy shit. Sitting watching the funeral, I was like making jokes. When the people carrying the coffin walked through the fucking horse turd. Holy shit. When is Truss going to jail for murder? Who did she murder, apart from her own career? I don't know. She murdered somebody? Wait, what are we talking about? I think that the Boris Johnson thing was a lie, by the way. He said that he had enough votes to run, and that he was gonna talk to Rishi Sunak and work out a way to have a combined government. I don't think that Boris had enough party voters. I don't think he reached the 100 threshold of MPs voting for him to run for election. I don't think at all. You know, maybe. Wait a minute. I typed in Liz Truss murdered the Queen, and the first thing that popped up is spongefan.fandom, SpongeBob fanfiction. Liz Truss killed the Queen. Think about it. It cannot be a coincidence that the Queen died after Liz's second day as PM. Lizzie's plan must have been to get appointed as PM so that she could get close enough to the Queen to finish her off. She was anti-monarchy, right? What better way to make that known than to assassinate the Queen? Hey, just a theory. I'm not even kidding. It's literally Primitive Sponge 129 posted this on the Sponge Fan Wiki. What are you Primitive Sponge 129 on the Sponge Fan Wiki? Is that why you're saying this? Well, Rishi Sunak's problem is that he was filmed while he was campaigning against Liz Truss 8 weeks ago, saying that he defunded the rough areas and focused more money onto the areas that are like well-to-do areas. He was filmed saying that at a picnic. He was basically saying, I was the one that did this. I took the money from the underprivileged areas and gave it to the inner cities and the villages that deserve it. And also, his wife does some weird dual citizenship that allows her to dodge paying millions in taxes. And when I say millions, it's literally millions because it's been ongoing for years. So there's Rishi Sunak has his problems. He has a lot of problems. But, you know, as long as it stabilizes the economy, right? As long as the house prices don't go crazy. Did you know that Liz Truss's chief speechwriter shat himself in high school in history? And he shat himself and sat in it. And then the teacher said, does somebody in here need to go to the bathroom? And he put his hand up and said, it's me, sir. I need to go to the bathroom. And the history teacher said, okay, go sort yourself out then. So the kid left, and the smell in the room was so bad that they had to write a note on the blackboard saying that they were in the library. And all the kids from the class went to the library. While the kids were sitting in the library, there was a knock on the library door. And the kid who shat himself came into the library and said, I've sorted myself out, I'm back. And the teacher said, no, I think you should go home. And this is a true fucking story. That's Liz Truss's chief speechwriter shat himself in history in high school. Fucking true story. The guy who told this went to high school with him, was in the class. And his mother, the guy who told the story's mother, was a teacher at the school and said, you must never tell that story. And he was on a podcast and told it. And then at the end of the story, he said, my mum told me not to tell this story, but my mortgage is going through the roof, so fuck him. Yeah, when he was in high school, he shat himself. So he would have been between the ages of maybe 12 and 18. Or 13 and 18 years old. He shat himself, and he just sat in it. There you go. Liz Truss is chief speechwriter. Good times. Good times. I like how this stream went on a fucking tangent right away. This game is so casual, right? Like, that has been allowing me to just fucking talk random shit. I believe that story, by the way, because he said that, like, the part about his mother working at the school and saying not to tell the story, just it fits, because we're told not to talk about things that happen at work or with clients and stuff like that. Like, in Britain, you're told things like that. My mum worked at a school for many years, and whenever she told me a story about stuff that happened at the school, she said, remember, I'm not supposed to tell you anything. And I was like, okay. She's like, really, you can't repeat these stories to anybody. And I never have. I have so many stories that I could tell, but I can't say them. Because she should never have even told them to me. Also, I'm making that up, and that's all not true. Wink. Right? If you were here like 5 years ago, when we did, every year at Christmas, I play Left 4 Dead 2 with a bunch of like people. And I think that the 7th year of it was last year. But 2 of the years, I actually streamed them. One of them I recorded for YouTube, and the other 2 I streamed. And one of the guys that I play Left 4 Dead 2 with also worked at the same school as my mum. His mum worked at the same school. They were like co-workers. And he used to say the same thing, that his mum told him a story and not to tell anybody, but he would, you know, tell me. So it's a thing, right? It makes the story so believable that that kid actually shit himself in high school. I don't know how you shit yourself in high school. Maybe you have like a bad meal. I don't even know. Wait, who the fuck is Glyn? Hold up. Do you think because we killed Professor Warwick, aka Mr. Rand, we got Glyn instead? Okay, interesting. Let's add Glyn and Scarlet. Man, I ramble so much. I'm so bad at just going on tangents. I really need to rein myself in sometimes. Alright. Scarlet was mentioned multiple times, but I think she was mentioned by Jaya. I didn't actually take any notes on her because she didn't seem overly important. Alright. Let's ask Glyn some questions. Hello, Glyn.
I'm usually disorientated, but that's a lot of questions.
He's Scottish. So his name's probably Glenn. How are you, Glenn? It looked like a Welsh name, Glyn.
Sorry, you're not familiar with my case. I stepped through the restroom door into your office. Sometimes when I go through a door, it opens to another place.
Oh, he was in the trailer. He wrong warps. He wrong warps like a Zelda speedrunner. He sounds like an alcoholic. I'm not saying that because he's Scottish. I'm saying that because he sounds like an alcoholic. Walks into doors and appears in other places. Ask him how he wants to die. How do you want to die?
I'm not sure.
He's not sure. Other places?
Oh, I know this one. No, I don't.
Are you an alcoholic?
Sorry, I don't know.
A lot of people have denial. Defenestration evidence. Alright, out the fucking window, mate. Let's go. Can I do actions? Punches Glyn. You know, in the AI thing that I was talking about, beta.character.ai, you can, somebody made a Lady Dimitrescu game. So the first thing you do is you put in your name, your gender, and I can't remember what the other thing is. And if you say that you're a male, Lady Dimitrescu chases you through the castle, right? And it keeps a score of like how many that you've killed and how many you haven't. But when I played it, I said that I'm Ada Wong, right? Ada is the character from like Resident Evil 4 and whatever, right? And as soon as I said that, it knew who Ada Wong was, and it knew it was a woman. And they'd programmed Lady Dimitrescu so that it doesn't attack women. But I was allowed to leave her room and go through the castle. So every time that I was attacked by the vampires in the castle and the creatures in the castle, because it's like text-based, you can totally do like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure thing. So, you know in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure how when Araki was making it, he didn't actually have a plan. He would just sit down and just make it. He didn't have like an overall game plan. So he would often just make stuff up. A character gets punched in the throat and they would say, you punched me in the throat, but I've trained my throat through years of Gluck Gluck 9000, right? Or something like that. Like, they just make stuff up. Like, somebody gets poisoned and they're like, but I poison myself every day and I've become immune to all poisons. Yeah, the Lost approach. The J.J. Abrams Lost approach. That's how Araki writes stuff, right? So you can do that in the game. You can be like, Ada looks down and finds a magic sword. And you just have a magic sword because that's how the AI works. The AI just does things, right? Like with your defenestration thing, this room might not have a window, but if it was an AI game and you said that you throw him through the window, unless they'd established that unless the characters in the game had established that there's no window, the window would just appear. So anyway, back to what my way of dealing with the enemies was, right? When I was getting chased by the monsters, one of them grabbed me from behind and I farted, right? Ada releases a bowel shaking fart, right? The enemy monster choked on the fart and passed out. So later on, I'm in the garden, right? It says Ada's in the outdoor garden. She won't be attacked by vampires in the daylight. She's reasonably safe for the moment. So I said I'm gonna search the garden for artifacts. I found a spear, right? Went back into the castle, started fight. It was a ballroom. It says there's a large staircase leading to a ballroom. So I said Ada sneaks into the ballroom. Snuck into the ballroom, right? Ada sees an enemy across the room. She can't quite make out his shape. So I said, Ada sticks the spear up her ass, bends over, and uses between her legs to aim. Looks between her legs and uses it to aim. She releases a fart and sends the spear flying at the enemy. And then you just hit send and you let the AI take care of the rest, right? So the AI is like, the spear flies through the air. And you just let the AI determine if it hits or not. So yeah, that's how I won. Just like solved every puzzle by farting. I'm fucking crying my laughter right now recalling it because it's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid, dude. It's so dumb. Oh god. Oh yeah. The last part was when I got outside, I said Ada checks her cell phone for reception, wondering like if the game would know that the castle was isolated and wouldn't have cell phone reception. It said Ada checks her, so I said Ada checks her cell phone for reception, and then the game follows it up. So it's like Ada realizes she has service again and immediately calls to order a pizza. It's like, why is she calling to order a pizza? But because probably the AI is trained on like a bunch of stories, right? And maybe in stories when people take out their phone, they're typically like calling somebody or doing something, and maybe ordering a pizza is just what you do when you get attacked by vampires in a castle. It's funny. It's a really funny thing. I'd recommend playing it. Pick some like funny characters and like see if somebody's already made them. But it literally takes less than 5 minutes to make your own. Holy shit. You know what I said about me needing to rein myself in when I ramble? This is one of those times. The part with the spear up the ass. I fought the game because the game is like against not safe for work things, right? So like it censors that stuff, and it censors it by not letting it go through. Like it kind of dead ends it, even when it's something completely innocent. So I didn't think it would let me do it, but it let me propel a spear up my ass at an enemy. Yeah, it depends which model it's trained on. You're probably talking about the dungeon AI, the one that used to be like the black screen with the white text. It's probably that, which this is very similar, but the thing about this one is that the way it's trained is a much larger neural model. I think Dungeon AI was trained on like mostly just text adventures, so it was meant to be a dungeon crawler, but people hijacked it to do other things. But this one is much bigger, like a much bigger data set. There's one that's trained on, I can't remember the name of the site. It's not on character.ai, because character AI is completely safe for work, and it censors that stuff. But there is an AI that's trained on one of the biggest websites for AI for erotic literature. Like the entire library was used to train this AI, and the model is only 127 megabyte. So if you have the model interface page, which is like 10 megabyte, and then that model, then it would make endless kink stuff. But I can't remember the name of the site. I genuinely can't. Like I sound like I'm lying. I genuinely can't. The thread that I saw it in was the same thread that had the character AI one, and everybody said the character AI one is like much better because the other one leads stuff that way, if you know what I mean. Like what you're saying, like it leads to like weird stuff. So use the one that's safe for work because it's more like fun, right? Anyway. Whew. That was a long fucking ramble. I need to fucking rein myself in, dude. I've been here half an hour and I've asked 2 questions to the game. Fucking hell.
Sorry, you're not familiar with my case. I stepped through the restroom door into your office.
Because you're wrong warps, right?
Sometimes when I go through a door, it opens to another place.
Hold on, though. Do you think he was stepping into the restroom because he needed to use it, or was he stepping out of the restroom having just used it? Because if he was stepping into the restroom and ended up here, I mean, I can't help him out, you know? Another place.
I have no idea.
Fuck, dude, this guy's tough. Restroom? Into my office? Holy shit! Right, I'm skipping him for now. Hello, Scarlet. How are you?
Scarlet. I haven't been in since he died. Since Dr. Dekker died.
Okay. Dr. Dekker is dead.
He was a complicated man, as I suppose most people are. His external persona didn't match what he dreamed about.
Dreamed about?
His dreams were amazing.
Oh my god.
Filled with a spectrum of colours and creatures.
What the fuck?
It was like Narnia for grown-ups. That was in the beginning.
Said Dr. Dekker dreams about creatures. Narnia. But only in the beginning. Kind of creatures.
Fluid. Soft. Intricate things. I couldn't draw a picture if you asked. But they drew you to them.
Oh!
They looked a little strange.
This
but you
is,
felt compelled to watch them.
This may be a little bit like the H.P. Is it a H.P. Lovecraft story or is it a Stephen King story? The Color Purple? Right? Or The Color After Purple or something? What's it called? There's a Nicolas Cage movie about it. And the Nicolas Cage movie is actually really good. I'm gonna Google it. I like to know what I'm talking about. It's not The Color Purple. It's not The Color Purple, that's a different thing. Purple, Nicolas Cage. It's called Color Out of Space. 2019 movie. It's based on a book, but I can't remember which book. Space book. Yeah, the book is by H.P. Lovecraft, Color Out of Space. Cool shit. By the way, one of the most popular characters on the AI website is Socrates, and he gives long, lengthy responses to stuff. He's actually really fucking clever. What is it I asked him? I asked him, is it moral for a vampire to drink blood? And he immediately said, no, it is not moral to drink blood of another creature. The question should be, is it ethical? And I'm like, he's fucking right, because the difference between morals and ethics is that morals are things that are agreed upon to be bad and good. Murder is morally bad, right? Whereas murder, right, like in terms of euthanizing somebody who has a debilitating health condition, the question isn't, is that moral? The question, is it ethical? Because there are two different definitions. I thought it was pretty clever that it knew the difference between moral and ethical and brought that up. And then eventually it said, eventually we got on to, it's ethical to sustain the life of a vampire as long as the vampire doesn't do anything bad, right? And then it was morally okay to give blood to the vampire if both people were willing, and he said, and over the age of 19, which I thought was really funny. It's like, you can't give blood to a vampire until you're 19? Like, what the, where is it getting that from? Like, what part of the AI model is concerned with vampire blood consent, right? Like, oh, it's good shit. It's good shit. Oh, Christ. Man, I really need to, right, the plan is, after October 31st, the plan is to play Outer Wilds, because Stevie said it's the best game ever. And then after that, if character AI is still on, I think I could fill an hour, or a couple hours, just like, asking character AI random shit. We'll do my first ever Just Chatting stream. Oh my god. Alright. What was I gonna ask her? I asked her about the creatures and she said they shift and whatever, and there doesn't seem to be an asterisk, so there's no follow-up to that. Let's ask her about Narnia. Like Narnia?
I'm a dream walker. I can visit people and help them in their dreams. You've not caught up on all his old patients yet then?
No. Alright, she's a dream walker. Is a dream walker and can enter people's dreams.
It's something I've been able to do since I was little. I was born an identical twin, and my sister and I shared dreams. We just thought it was normal. When our younger brother started having night terrors, we helped him. I just need to know the person, a little, and know they're dreaming. Then I can sort of jump into them.
Cool. Let's ask her about the beginning first.
Chaotic, dark. Like an earthquake, everything you stood on shifted into something else. I think he was fighting with something internally, and it was winning.
Do you think it... Right. I think that Dr. Dekker was clearly possessed by something from Henley Church that was dug up by Alderby, and the artifact from Alderby and like the proximity to Alderby is giving people powers. But Dr. Dekker seems like he was an agent of chaos, and maybe somebody tried to stop him by murdering him? I feel like if it was like a hierarchy, Cthulhu's at the top, and then I think Dr. Dekker is underneath that, and then I think underneath Dr. Dekker is all of his patients, okay? That's how I think the tree is structured. And one of his patients had had enough of Dekker and decided to kill him. So far, my money is on Nathan, because Nathan killing me or killing Dekker, sorry, would mean that time moves on for him. He claims that burning photographs was the thing that moved him on. Or, no, burning clothes. Burning clothes was the first thing. He burned Hannah's clothes and moved on. Then he accidentally threw out her diary when he was throwing out clothes to a charity shop, and that moved him on. Then he burned a rocking horse. Then he burnt photos and it didn't work. He burnt photographs and it didn't work because he had backups of the photos, and then he burnt the rocking horse. So maybe one of the ways he moved himself on was to kill Dekker, and that created enough chaos for his power to like push him forward. I think that makes sense. Maybe? So the thing he was fighting internally was Cthulhu.
I don't know. It's a turn of phrase. Inner demons? Insanity? I don't know. I can visit dreams, but I can't force the dreamer to interact with me.
Madness?
That's not something I want to talk about.
Inner demons?
Sorry.
Okay, let's go with jump into dreams.
It's something I think in my mind. Firstly, I need to sleep myself. I'm constantly tired, so I can pretty much sleep on demand. Before I go, I think of jumping into that person. That's how it works for me. I've tried teaching others, but I don't know if anyone else can do it.
Okay, tried teaching others. Can I say that her dress is terrible? I mean, it was probably picked by the costume department, so she's probably not going to mind me saying that, but that dress is terrible. The belt is too narrow and it just makes it look like a potato sack, and then the pleat on the front, up near the neckline, is atrocious. You see how like they've cropped in the neckline to give it more of a cowl? It's atrocious. It's the worst looking dress in this game. I really hate it. It's also very short, and the pattern starts really high on the hips. I don't like it. I give it a 0 out of 10. I think it's abysmal. Do you see what I mean? By like the crop at the neckline, where it's like has two pleats? Terrible. To make her seem a bit juvenile? Maybe. It's such a potato sack shape though. It's not flattering at all. And the small belt, the shortness of it as well, is just no. It just doesn't work. And it's not even that it doesn't work on her. It works as well on her as it would on anybody else. Just terrible. This has been fashion with Depp. You know, it'd be really funny. It'd be really funny if Tipsy was here. Tipsy never watches the stream, but like if Tipsy has a degree in fashion, and I didn't know. I posted on my Twitter because there was a pair of jeans and I couldn't find out what they were called. Right? Everybody kept saying it was acid wash, but I couldn't find it. It was like these black jeans that looked like they'd been bleached and then dyed red, and then the black that remained in the creases was still there, so they were like black and red. And I was like, what is this called? And it turns out they're just acid wash jeans, but they're just colored acid wash jeans. So instead of being like blue and then acid washed to white, they're black and then they're acid washed and dyed green. And then she revealed she had a fashion degree and she'd never heard of the name of those jeans. And I was like, fuck. Yeah, true. The way she sits is like childlike. I get what you mean. Wait, it doesn't even have a belt. It's just pleated. It's just like an elastic, band being sewed inside it. I get what you mean though. 1 second. Cool. All right. She tried teaching others. Who did you try to teach? Interesting that who, where, what, and why haven't really been questions we've asked, right? Because the game has been more about typing in keywords. And sometimes the keywords, you can't really ask them in the form of a question. Like, I'm kind of struggling to push that. Who did you try and teach, right? Or like, when did you try and teach them? We've never asked a thing like that. When those are literally the fundamental questions: who, where, what, why, and when.
I don't know. Lots of people.
Okay.
Whenever I get close enough to tell somebody about it, the first thing they want to do is try it out or have me visit their dreams. That's kind of why I'm here.
Does somebody remember when she's been in the dream?
Relationships.
You know what I mean? Like, some people don't remember their dreams at all, right? So if she's in your dream, do you automatically become lucid and remember it?
It's difficult to sustain them. I'm not just talking about romantic entanglements. It's hard keeping friends, too. Like I said before, I tell them about my ability and they immediately want to try it out.
Look at that loose thread. Look at that loose thread on her dress. Look at that.
I don't normally like what I see.
Terrible. Terrible dress. Absolutely shocked. What did she even say? I was like talking about her dress.
Difficult.
It's difficult to sustain them. Okay.
I'm not just talking about romantic
entanglements.
It's hard keeping friends too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like I said before, I tell them about my ability and they immediately want to try it out.
Romantic entanglements and try it out.
The problem is, I don't.
Alright. Doesn't like what she sees. Romantic entanglements. Try it out. Let's go with, what do you see that you don't like?
I think people try to show off. Firstly, they're a bit shocked if I turn up in their dream. But when they're comfortable with that, they start to put on a show. But most people can't control their dreams, so they tend to turn into nightmares pretty quickly. Oh look, I'm dreaming of a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Oh, why is it destroying New York?
Fucking Ghostbusters. Oh no. Romantic entanglements. Does she have like weird dream sex?
He's dead now, so I suppose it won't affect him.
Oh
if I
no,
admit
she's
to
been...
that.
Dr. Dekker slept with
So
everybody.
yes, I was. Not near the end though. Not when his dreams started changing. Like I said, my ability ruins relationships. Who told you? Jaya?
I thought it was Jaya. Her ability ruined her relationship with Dr. Dekke. Alright, I'll ask her about Ghostbusters. Have you seen Ghostbusters?
No.
She's never seen Ghostbusters. It's just...
Sounds familiar.
I'm gonna ask her, who you gonna call? Who you gonna call?
I really don't.
You know what the funny thing is? Because they have 1,600 video responses, you would think there would be more memes. Right? Like, you would think you would sneak in like a couple of weird things. There used to be a website called The Subservient Rabbit? The Subservient something, back in like 2005. And what it was is like this. You would type in a word and you'd press the button. And if you had the word dance in the sentence you typed in, it would do a dance. Subservient Chicken. It was called the Subservient Chicken. And you could ask it to do like things like dance, to like cluck, to kill itself. You could ask it to do anything. It was on Albino Black Sheep and a couple other websites, and it got updates. It got updated with like more video files. It was like a flash video and you just typed stuff in, and it was actually really cool. It had a lot. There was a website that tracked all the inputs that you could put in that people had tried. It was great shit. Man, that takes me fucking back. That is half my life ago. It was like 2005 or 6 that I found it. And I remember going in computing class and showing the teacher, and the teacher was like, you know, what is it? And thought it was like some type of live stream. But that was before live streaming was really a thing. But that's what it was like. It was like you were watching them through the webcam. And, you know, it would loop. And then the chicken would get up and do stuff. Subservient chicken. Good shit. Can you dance for me?
Try again, Doctor.
Can you jump into my dream? Oh, I thought that was gonna do something. Alright, right. Let's go with nightmares. Or try it out. We already did that. Nightmares.
When you've experienced someone's dream, if they've been a bit creepy in it or terrified me, it's hard to look someone in the eyes after that. It's embarrassing. What should I do, Doctor? Should I not tell people about my ability? Keep it a secret, bottle it up?
I've been telling her telling all the patients to just do stuff. You should tell people about your ability.
I know, right? So if I tell them, what can I do to stop pushing people away?
Oh, we're getting a secret message. Scarlet wants to stop pushing people away. Maybe she should just refuse to dreamwalk for them, or be honest about what might happen, or accept they're just dreams. I'm gonna hit the hint button so that I know the way to type this in. Refuse to dreamwalk, be honest, accept they're just dreams. Be honest.
Double honest. Interesting.
Double honest.
I suppose I haven't really tried that. I might just give that a go.
Good stuff. Okay, what else do we have to ask her? We have to ask her about Jaya, and then I spoiler alerted it for myself, and I saw Valentine's Day. We were probably going to ask her about Valentine's Day anyway, because one of the other characters said that Dr. Dekker had a date on Valentine's Day, possibly with Scarlet. So, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day was awful. I had a bit of an accident with a creme brulee torch and had to spend the night waiting in A&E. I melted a nail to my finger. It hurt a lot and needed stitches. It's all fine now, though.
She melted an artificial nail to her finger. Alright, I'm gonna ask Jaya something. Ooh! Can you verify Scarlet's alibi?
No.
Can you check with the A and E?
It must be frustrating.
Verify Scarlet's alibi.
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Oh god, alright, never mind. Clues. Let's have a look at clues. Or do we want to keep talking to Scarlet? Scarlet says that she was in the A&E all night. Can someone verify you were at the A and E?
I don't have anything to say about that.
Okay. Paper spike.
Pass.
Oh! You can click the other stuff, not just that one answer. I just sneezed. I haven't got my breath back yet.
So, if I could breathe through my ears, you wouldn't want to see it. I do say no. A lot. But I usually cave eventually.
I wish I could breathe through my ears. Alright, except they're just dreams. I still haven't got my breath back.
What experience them like I do. But I know what you're saying is right. A lot of the time I assume people are controlling their dreams like I can.
Oh.
But they're probably directed by
So
their
when
subconscious and
yeah.
who controls that?
when something scary happens in the dreams, it might not even be the person she's dreamwalking with. For example, Dr. Dekker might not be the one that made her see creatures or whatever it was, right? But she said that the creatures drew her in originally, but it became more wild and chaotic. Possibly like a movie where, you know, somebody thinks this thing's beautiful from a distance, but when they get closer, it's a horrible monster. I mean, that's a trope, right? Alright, Jaya, I'm gonna try and get my breath back.
Just thought she'd know. Thought she'd know everything about her precious Dr. Dekker. Sorry, we didn't speak that much. But she was a lot like the other woman. So much control over someone who was supposed to be her superior.
I think that's all I really know what to ask her. Yeah, perhaps you should ask someone else a question. Scarlet's yellow though. We're done with her. Same with Glyn. Glyn possibly is a side story, a bit like Alderby and Warwick. I still haven't got my breath back. I'm actually terrible. Every time I try and talk, I'm like, alright, Nathan. How are you today? Toxicology report. Let's look at the loan agreement first, because that's a lot of reading and that'll help me get my breath back. It won't. Loan agreement £15,000, arrangement fee £1, interest amount 0%, term 36 months. By signing this agreement, the borrower agrees to accept the sum of the loan amount and to repay the loan amount in full within the time served. Sorry, the terms stayed. The sum of the loan will be transferred by the lender into an account designated by the borrower within 14 days of signing the agreement. It is agreed that the loan shall attract no interest, and in lieu of accruing interest, the lender has agreed to the payment of the arrangement fee, which is due before the transfer of the loan amount. The lender also agrees to consider the loan repaid in full should they die, or... wait. The lender also agrees to consider the loan repaid in full should they die or become subject to any power of attorney agreement. Oh! So because Dr. Dekker died, Mariana's loan is considered paid. Is that how you would read that? The lender, which is Dekker, right? Right, toxicology report. Regional Laboratory Services Toxicology Analysis. Report by J.M. Clausen. Sex male, toxicology 639-1021. Positive for ethanol in the blood and benzodiazepines. Diazepines. Temazepam. Tested negative for cannabinoids, which is weird considering he knew Mariana. I asked Mariana if she smoked weed on day 1. She said yes. She said she did. She said she smoked weed. Shit. Who was it that was on benzodiazepams? It was Claire, right? Claire was the one that said, "Give me the pills." Or was it Ellen? Shit. I think it was Claire. I think it was Claire, because Ellen probably would have been able to steal the pills, right? I think it was Claire. Claire wanted a clean bill of health though, right? Like she wanted me to confirm that her husband was alive. So maybe it was Ellen that wanted the pills. Fucking Bryce. Let's go back and talk to Glyn. Who are you? Did Jaya see you? I would never have asked this. or this. We know he's Glyn. I guess did Jaya see you is because he didn't check in?
No, I shouldn't imagine she did that. I didn't even pass through the waiting room. Besides, it's lunchtime, she won't be there.
Lunchtime? Is it lunchtime or is Bryce going crazy? Is Glyn going crazy? I'm going crazy. Lunchtime.
No, I shouldn't imagine she did that. I didn't even pass through the waiting room. Besides, it's lunchtime, she...
Let me ask him about lunchtime.
No, not really. But it's lunchtime, and you don't normally see patients now. Well, Dr. Dekker didn't normally see patients now.
Tell me about Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker was crazy. I arrived late to the party. Apparently, he was a fine, upstanding citizen before. I don't know what changed him. Of the few sessions I had with him, he'd observed me walking through doors.
So, Dr. Dekker probably did what he did with all the other patients and tried to make Glyn do all his, tricks. Tried to make him walk through doors. Dr. Dekker observed Glyn walking through doors. Through doors?
I don't know.
Observed you?
But I'd walk through a door and I'd disappear. Then I couldn't get back. The session was £150 either way, so I paid that for a couple of times and then decided it was a bad idea. As you can see, it's still happening.
Why do you think you arrived here?
Yes.
Fuck, that was a good question. Still happening?
The doors. I'm still vanishing from one place to another.
Vanishing.
My dad died.
What?
He was on his deathbed and I was complaining about work, women or whatever. It was an idiom. He said, when one door closes, another opens. Then he died. I needed those words to be important. So here I am.
Your dad died.
He was stoic. He had tuberculosis in his lungs.
I got tuberculosis, Dutch.
Nobody knew until the end. I never got to say I loved him.
You're Scottish. We don't say love. It's not in our vocabulary. You didn't get to say you loved him.
Yeah, maybe. He'd split with my mum 3 years earlier.
I was meant to say, did you love him?
It was messy. It was bad. I didn't talk to him really at all. They called me as next of kin, said I should come in if I wanted to say goodbye. I did love him. He just broke everything.
What did he break?
No. I hadn't seen him for so long. I just let it all out. I screamed, I shouted, I punched the walls.
That's what being Scottish is all about.
Do you know what he said?
No. What did he say?
Sorry. Over and over again.
It's good when they lead you into
Like
a
he really
question.
meant it.
Feels more natural.
He did. He really meant it. And when I stopped, when I was exhausted, he smiled at me. Like he cherished me. Like he'd been waiting to say sorry. Waiting for forgiveness.
Do you forgive him?
I didn't get to. I didn't get to say I loved him. I didn't get to forgive him. He just said when one door closes, another opens. And then he died. What does he think of me?
I think your dad loved you.
All those years, thinking I was the bigger man. It turns out he was.
I didn't say anything like that. What the fuck?
There's no going back, is there, Doctor? When one door closes, it's shut forever?
Yes, it is. I'm gonna write a huge reply. The past is in the past. And time flows like a river.
Interesting question.
I knew that wasn't gonna work. Yes, the door is shut forever.
It's no solace, really, is it? Maybe another time.
You know, if it had made his... Oh shit! He's gone! He is just a pop-up thing, like, Warwick. Shit, alright, I guess we got the Glyn ending where he fucking teleports like a Dragon Ball Z character. Possibly dead. Alright, I don't think Glyn did it, since he's no longer a suspect. I think we can mark him off. Should we start actually marking people down as suspects and not suspects? Who is the innocent? Elin wasn't innocent, but everybody else I'm still kind of suspicious of. Let's go with Mariana. See what she has to say. How are you today? Holy shit, this outfit.
I feel thirsty, Doctor. And hot. Do you have any water?
Yes. My maid, Jaya, can provide water.
I've been drinking a lot of water recently. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't go to the sea. I said I would, but I didn't. I've been feeling this way for a while. It's like it's getting worse because I didn't go to the sea. It's like I'm having...
What's getting worse? Is she having withdrawal symptoms?
I don't feel well. I feel sick most of the time, dizzy, thirsty. I got a head fog like you wouldn't believe. My doctor, Dr. Rose, sent me for blood tests.
We haven't heard of Dr. Rose, right? Dr. Rose?
Dr. Rose thinks maybe I have a vitamin deficiency.
Like me with my magnesium deficiency.
I can tell she has no idea. She smiles, but she hasn't got any answers.
No.
I think I probably need to go back to the beach. The sea, Doctor. It's calling me.
I could ask both of those in the same question. What is this pose? What kind of game is this? Did Sam Barlow make this game as well? I think I mentioned this around the time I was playing it. The time when we were playing, what's it called? Immortality, right? We're playing Immortality, and it was after day 1, I went onto YouTube. And somebody who had been following for years, literally following them since PT came out, which is like years ago, PT, you know, playable teaser, the Silent Hill thing. That's when I started following this person. And they've done like video essays on video games, and they stream occasionally, and, you know, good content. They were talking about Immortality and just ripping into Sam Barlow's games and just saying how bad they were. And none of their criticisms seemed justified, but their whole chat, because like the YouTube chat has chat replay, the same as like Twitch, the whole chat was like, she got her water, look, she's drinking water. The whole chat was like, yeah, you're right, Sam Barlow's fucking terrible, blah blah blah, and like he's sexist and his women are poorly written. It's like, what the fuck? I think that Sam Barlow's characters are pretty well written. It's just like complaining about every single thing, and it's weird because this isn't like a YouTuber who's like, you know, one of these people like, I don't know, fucking Shoe on Head or Armored Skeptic or something like that, right? This is just like a general video game YouTuber. And they're like, oh, this is like sexist, and Sam Barlow's Peepin' Tom, and there's always something like that. Like, what the fuck? I unfollowed them immediately. Not because they were shit talking Sam Barlow, but because they were such like an echo chambered person that they just criticized him for no reason, and it was unjustified. None of the critiques were like none of it made sense. The way she backed up her arguments was the least eloquent thing she'd ever said. It was like, have you noticed that Sam Barlow always sexualizes the women and the women have no agency in his games? In fucking Immortality, the woman is literally the devil. She's possessed by the devil. It's a possession story. Of course she has no fucking agency of her own. She's possessed by the devil. You know what I mean? Silly. And then in telling lies, I've actually forgot the girl's name, but the hippie girl in telling lies is being manipulated by a manipulative man. It's the man that Sam Barlow's making bad. He's making the man manipulative. He's not making the woman fucking have no agency. It's the woman has agency, it's just she's being manipulated by the man. Oh my god. Just, oh, I can't. Remember that girl on, it wasn't Teens React. What would they have called it? Grown-Ups React? Maybe it was just Grown-Ups React. On Grown-Ups React, there's the black girl with the curly hair and the glasses, and she says, "This is why I don't play video games. It appeals to the male fantasy." I wrote an article about this once. It's that girl. That's who this YouTuber sounded like. She sounded like that girl. Like, ugh. In any game where somebody's tricked, does that mean that they don't have agency and that they are being manipulated by the writer to make them seem stupid or like to bring down women? No! They're being manipulated. Like, what the fuck? It's so dumb. It's like the dumbest take ever. It's like I had a disagreement about Attack on Titan, right? The author of Attack on Titan isn't saying that genocide is good. No, he's saying it's bad. It's like, it would be like playing Metal Gear Solid and thinking that Kojima loves nuclear weapons because they're in every game he's made. No, Kojima hates nuclear weapons. He's very anti-nuclear weapon. His whole message is anti-war. Kojima hates war. He hates it. That's why his games feature it in a negative light, you fucking morons. Oh my god, it's funny. It's like so funny to me that people completely miss the point. There's a load of Russians right now that think that Kojima's pro-war, and that Kojima like is somehow pro-nuclear war, and oh Christ. All right, let's ask her about the sea.
Nope.
Huh? The sea is calling you. I'll ask both in one question like I said I was gonna.
This sounds crazy, but I can hear the sea. It's like an alarm going off in my head. Do you know where the sea is? From here? It's over there. Wherever I am, I know exactly where the sea is.
I mean, same, I guess.
It's like a compass.
I've got a terrible sense of direction. I shouldn't have said that. Knows where the sea is. It's calling her. I think that she is a siren. I wrote that she's possibly a siren of the sea because she blacks out, lures men into the ocean. She says she has an ability to hold her breath for a long time and that she wakes up on the beach feeling refreshed. I feel like she is sacrificing men, albeit unwillingly, to some type of sea god, right? Like, that's what her story is. Like an alarm?
I hear a sound like singing, calling me. It gets stronger when I face it, when I move towards it. That's how I know where the sea is. But when I don't go to the sea, I feel like the sound gets louder all the time. I'm having trouble sleeping. Perhaps I need sleeping tablets after all.
Sleeping tablets? I thought it was vitamins that she was meant to get.
What's temazepam? Why are you asking?
Oh, I didn't ask about temazepam.
I don't take sleeping pills. Never have done.
Oh, you're meant to ask
When
that
you
before the
suffer
other one.
blackouts already, you don't really get offered anything like that.
Okay, so because we think temazepam was the murder weapon, right? No connection to temazepam. What about alcohol? Ethanol.
I know nothing.
Was it ethanol? Yeah, it was ethanol. What do you know about ethanol?
No.
Alright. I'm kind of dead-ended on her, right? She says it's calling her like singing. Like singing?
That's not.
Okay, we'll skip her for now. We'll go back to Bryce. Bryce is an interesting fellow. Bryce is the only actual criminal so far, right? Everybody else, I suspect they've committed crimes, but Bryce is the one who has genuinely committed crimes. Yeah. Breaking and entering, I guess, is his crimes. Theft. He is a true criminal. Let's ask him about temazepam. Or I'll ask him how he is first. How are you, Bryce?
I'm fine. I'm worried. My pursuer in the hour, he's definitely military. I've developed a new skill to deal with him.
Okay. There's a new skill. Feels like he's being pursued by the military. New skill? I thought he said that if he moves towards his pursuer, the pursuer moves away.
Last night, I saw him draw something from his jacket. He was approaching me, grinning. I had nowhere to go. So I closed my eyes and imagined. Well, I imagined being back home. And when I opened them again, I'd teleported.
Claims he can teleport. You can teleport now?
That's...
Teleported?
I was as surprised as you are. I just imagined I was somewhere else, and there I was. Perhaps Dr. Dekker was right. Think of something, and it becomes real, if you believe in it. But I'll only do it wisely. Imagine the mistakes you might make. Don't want to become one with the igneous layer too soon. These sessions cost a lot of money, Doctor. I'm not just going to leave in the middle of one. But I can see you don't believe me. Do you really want me to teleport, Doctor?
Oh, I just said igneous layer because I wanted him to elaborate. Did you ever see Dr. Dekker drink alcohol? How was work? Have you seen Jessica? Do you know anything about sleeping pills? I asked him about... No, I didn't. I was going to and I never. Ask him about the pills first.
My other doctor had prescribed me sleeping pills before I came to see Dr. Dekker.
For the stress, to help him get to sleep.
I think they were called temazepam. I never took them.
Okay. Temazepam. Your other doctor?
Sorry.
How is work?
Work is fine. If anything, I've been falling behind again. I think it's the stress of not being alone in the midnight hour anymore.
Tell me about the midnight hour.
I stole a painting. There, I've said it. It was from the local gallery, Providence.
Oh, God.
I really like it, but I can't afford it. So I took it.
You stole a painting. Wait, which painting did you steal?
I don't understand.
I feel like that's the type of question that should be understood, and that the AI thing that I'm talking about would just be like, oh, the painting was this, and it would know that it's the painting that it's been talking about. Because I've been experimenting with that with it. If it says, here, look at this dog, right? If I say back to it, I kick it. And I didn't specify the dog, I just say I kick it. It says, you know, you kick the dog. I don't know why my brain went to kicking dogs. You know what I mean? Painting.
It's a painting of a spider in a large web on the pendulum of a grandfather clock that's stuck at 3:15.
Doesn't that sound like an AI painting? Like one of the worst AI paintings ever? A spider?
The spider from the painting. I'd like to think it was me. Like I was lying in wait and spinning some elaborate trap in my midnight hour. It's more likely that I'm just the fly.
The clock is stuck.
My grandfather died in World War II. He was a lorry driver. I don't really know much about him. Brave, though, you'd imagine.
I like the old joke. My grandfather died in World War II, and everybody goes, "Oh, like, you know, thank you for his service." And then you say, "Yeah, he fell from a guard tower at Auschwitz." I think it's one of the best jokes. I think it's one of the best jokes, dude. He fell from a guard tower at Auschwitz. It's so bad, right? It's a groan-worthy joke, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's a good joke. Oh, God. Why 3:15?
No.
Why 3:45? Oh. No. Why 3:15?
I have nothing to...
Why is the clock stuck? A spider web? A web? You're the fly?
There's no fly in the painting.
Oh.
I think that's what I like about it. The spider has been so intent on spinning its web that it hasn't noticed there'll be nothing to eat.
You know, that was a whole load of metaphor, and I think I just got all three parts of it because the painting doesn't have an asterisk. I have no idea. I have no idea what the follow-up questions to that are. What do you know about ethanol?
I never saw Dr. Dekker touch a drop. Doesn't mean it wasn't going on behind closed doors, though, does it?
Behind closed doors?
Your questions seem to...
Okay, I've had enough of Bryce. Let's go to Claire. Hello, Claire. How are you? What the hell is she wearing? Yeah, damn.
There's no lake house today, sorry. David's not doing very well. He's caused a problem with the girl.
Uh-oh.
I need to do something.
So, David, who is kind of like a zombie man, has caused a problem with the girl. Is this kind of meant to be like Frankenstein's monster? You know, if Frankenstein's monster meets the little girl? David's ill?
Are you even listening to me? Some of these questions are a bit far off the mark.
How is David?
David has been hunting and skinning again. But from the look of the torso, he caught a domestic cat. I'm being generous. It was definitely a cat. I spoke to David about it, but I have no idea if he can comprehend me or not. He just grunts at me. He doesn't even smile anymore. Not at all.
David killed a cat.
Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka, she was crying because her cat had gone missing, and she thinks that David killed it. Doctor, I'm worried.
Oh my god. Right, where's Claire's history? Christ. Oh, there's two girls. Yeah, there's Irish and Anushka. Irish? Iris and Anushka. David killed and skinned a house cat. Possibly Anushka's. Why are you worried?
I'm worried that David's not going to stop at cats. He's killed deer, rabbits, wild birds, and now cats. I'm worried he might add little girls to his list.
Why isn't she worried
I can't stop him.
that David will kill her? You can't stop him?
I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way at all. Ever since I brought him back from the dead, he has done nothing but ignore me. I'm starting to think that...
What are you starting to think?
that I need to put David out of his misery.
Oh, that's what I thought, but...
That
yeah.
I need to end his suffering.
But she said you can't do that.
That I need to kill him again. What shall I do, Doctor?
If she kills David...
Should I kill David?
It'll go full circle, right? In her head, she hasn't killed him because he's still alive. But if she did kill him, she'll get closure on it. If we're trying to bring our patients closure and work out what their problems are and solve them, I think that Claire's is pretty open and shut. Claire just needs to accept that she did murder her husband, right? Even if she brought him back to life, she still murdered him. Asks me if she should kill David before he kills Anushka. I'm gonna ask about Anushka real quick.
I don't...
Oh.
I spoke to her again. She wouldn't tell me her name, which is quite right. I am a stranger after all. So I gave her the name Anushka.
Oh.
She said the man that lives in the lake house is weird and creepy.
She's seen David. Anushka has seen David.
That I need to put David out of his misery.
Oh yeah. The follow-ups to this are gonna be clear.
There's no lake house today, sorry.
Oh yeah. Let me ask her about the lake house.
David hasn't been well. Otherwise I'd taken you. Shall I bring him to you next time?
She started on that line and they left it in. She started on that line. Yes, please bring him here.
Next time then. Although it will have to be
that.
just you here. And late at night. I can't have anyone else see him.
Sounds great.
Sorry, I don't know.
Alright, next patient. Elin. Is all of them wearing tights today? Is she wearing tights? I can't even tell. I keep looking at people's legs ever since we played Song of Horror. Ever since playing Song of Horror, I've just got this obsession. Something's awoken in me. Fuck, that's funny. Alright, hello, Ellen.
Hilda died last night. I was there.
Oh no.
Well, I was there as her daughter. It was nice. She had a good death.
The camera angle
She got
went
to
tilted.
say what she wanted to say.
The camera's tilted, look. Whenever you tilt a camera in a movie, it means you're trying to show the character is more unhinged or not in control of the situation. tilting the camera is like a big trope. Hilda died. Does she have any new jewelry? No. It doesn't look like Hilda gave her anything.
Hilda was Hilda to the end. I was the doting daughter. Don't worry, everything's going to be okay. I love you, Mum. Then Hilda, with almost her last breath, looks me straight in the eye and says, "Don't let them take Amelia."
We got 2 secret notes. We got Anushka and we got who's Amelia. Who's Amelia?
Amelia's Hilda's doll. She used to have about 9 or 10 of them, all glassy-eyed and creepy looking with frilly dresses and curls. All over her room they were. In the end, we had to get rid of them. They weren't very hygienic. But we let her keep one, and that was Amelia.
There's you know, Spirit Halloween, the like seasonal pop-up shop in America, the franchise that takes over abandoned shops and sells Halloween stuff. They sell this doll. They're actually pretty nice dolls. They're like maybe 3 foot tall. I think the box is about just under 3 foot tall, and they're stand-up dolls. They look kind of like toddlers, but they're creepy, right? They're like creepy dolls, like really quite intensely creepy. And one of them is called Ophelia, because of Ophelia, the girl that's drowned in, is it the Bible or is it a poem? I can't remember. But it's a drowned doll, and it looks like the girl from The Ring, right? It's very creepy, like its skin is pale and it has like black eyes and, you know, it's gross. Wearing like this tattered white dress. There's a video on TikTok of this little girl who really wanted this doll, and it's her uncle's birthday, and he starts opening the presents and the girl's there, and she like starts freaking out because her uncle's got this doll for his birthday, right? Because they've set it up as if it's a present for the uncle. And the uncle's like, "I don't really want this. I think I should give this to you." And she's like freaking out. And then they turn around the box, revealing what the doll looks like, and it is the fucking scariest thing ever. And then there was a follow-up video where it's in her room, and she's got it like standing in the corner, and she says everybody in the family, whenever they walk by it, thinks it's like a real girl in the house. It's so life-size, right? And like realistic, because it's got like the long wig and whatever. Holy shit. Anyway, the point of this story was to say that even little kids who are meant to be scared of that type of stuff really aren't, right? Like, people who think dolls are creepy, I get it's a phobia, but a doll's a doll. There's no need to be like scared of shit like that. I think my friend Josh is scared of dolls. I think he's scared of dolls and puppets and stuff like that. I think it's Josh. I'll ask him. Josh is a mortician. I'm not even making this up. This sounds like a made-up story. I didn't know Josh was a mortician like for years. He's a mortician, and I think he is scared of things like that. I think he finds them really creepy. But he works with dead bodies. Oh god. Alright, we asked who's Amelia. She says it's a doll. Hilda had dolls?
I'm keeping her safe until I can pass her on to Hilda's daughter.
Ah, so Ellen did take another
Maybe
trophy.
she'll fly over for the funeral. I don't know. Are you okay, Doctor? You look a bit pale.
I always look pale. It's just my thing. I feel like Hilda is a serial killer, and that she's using the herbal compounds to kill the old people, and that when she feels like they're gonna die, she uses that as the method to like choose her victims. So if a victim seems weak, I think Elin just thinks, hey, this person seems weak, everybody agrees that they're close to death, let me give them some fucking mugwort and, you know, lizard testicles or whatever it is that's in witches' potions, And then she kills them. And she convinces herself that she's doing them a favor and helping them. And then she's with them in their final moments because she enjoys it. She wants to watch the murder happens, right? Like she said she enjoys watching the life fade. And then she takes a trophy. And this case, the trophy from Iris, or Agatha, sorry, is the doll. Was it Agatha? What was the name of the person? Holy shit. How am I so bad at this? Hilda. Hilda. I should remember that because we said it was like Brunhilde. How are you, Ellen? Did you kill Hilda? You killed Hilda. You stole the doll. No, none of that works. Alright, let's skip to somebody else. Let's go to... I don't want to go to Jaya. Or Mariana, we've done her. Let's go to Nathan. Oh, no. We do have something for Ellen. Temazepam.
Most people have taken sleeping pills at some time or another, haven't they?
No.
It's probably quite easy to get hold of them. Although,
sure.
I have to get a doctor to sign a prescription if I need any at work. It's probably the same for Jaya.
Jaya?
Jaya seems really nice. I don't know why she'd want to work in a place like this.
What's wrong with my office? What's wrong with my office?
I just mean... Get all these weird people coming here.
Like you?
I mean...
The fuck?
I've met some of them out in the waiting room. I know they're just people, but... A couple of them have seriously given me the creeps.
The creeps?
Sorry. No.
Okay. Ellen says some of the other patients have given her the creeps. Maybe I should ask her about each one. Alright. Let's go with, Alderby.
I don't have anything else to say about...
Let's go with Warwick.
Sorry.
Glyn?
Doctor, I'm not sure I should...
How do you feel about Glyn?
Do you think I'm a good person, Doctor?
Yes, I think you're a good person.
I hope so. I'm trying to be. I
That
really
was a weird
am.
twist. Let's just go down the list then. Scarlet.
I don't really know anything about that.
Bryce.
Bryce? I'm not sure who that is.
She's never met Bryce. Claire.
She's a slightly older one, isn't she? Always well dressed? Yes.
Roasted.
Her. I'm pretty good at picking up on people's energy, and hers is cold. Actually, I think I sort of know her. Claire Castleford, isn't it? Apparently, she attacked her husband or something.
Give me 1 second. She didn't say that Claire gave her the creeps. She just said that Claire attacked her husband, and that was it. Somehow she doesn't find that creepy. And then Bryce is the guy who everybody else has said is creepy. Which he is. He is. What do you think of Alan?
I don't know anything about...
Do you think you're creepy?
Let me think. No.
Alright, let's ask about Jaya. Already did. Mariana.
I don't think I know her.
Nathan.
I don't know who Nathan is.
What? Who do you think is creepy.
I'm not really helping, am I?
No, you're not helping at all. What the fuck? She got weird vibes from people, but she only really responded to Claire, right? Bryce.
Bryce?
Not sure who Bryce is.
I don't know.
Doesn't know Nathan.
I don't think I know.
Doesn't know Mariana.
She's a slight...
Gave a response to Claire, but there's no follow-up. There's no green marker. Didn't know the other people either. Professor Warwick. That's it then, right? There's nobody else. I think that's all the patients, even the ones that died. What about Ben?
Sorry.
Doesn't know Ben. Ben is the guy we haven't seen yet, but he's apparently sued us. Max.
I don't really know anything about it.
Max was the guy she went on a date with. Lacey?
Sorry.
Jessica.
I don't have anything else to say.
That's it. That's it. Apart Jasmine?
I don't know anything.
Nope. There's nobody else. That's literally everybody. I'll ask her about Anushka.
Doctor, I'm not sure.
Alright. Do you still think about Dr. Dekker? Did Dr. Dekker ever drink alcohol? So I guess I have to ask everybody if he drank alcohol. I don't know enough about this, but you see what it says here? Alcohol, and it's got ethanol, acetone, isopropanol, and methanol. Is ethyl alcohol? Ethyl alcohol is like drinking alcohol, right? Like moonshine? Moonshine is pure ethyl alcohol, right? And then acetone is the stuff that melts plastic. It's nail varnish remover, basically, right? That's what acetone is. And then isopropanol is isopropyl alcohol that we use on like cleaning thermal grease off of CPUs. And then methanol, I think methanol is used in heaters. Is it used in like gas lanterns, methanol? I don't know enough of this stuff. I didn't know that ethanol was ethyl alcohol. I feel like I should know that, but I don't drink, right? Like, Let's talk to Jaya. Jaya had a couple of things that she said that we didn't follow up on yet. Ben.
I don't know.
Dreams.
I don't know, Doctor.
Shit. Anushka, is she throwing a ball at me?
Sorry.
Alright, I'm using hints. Let's go. How are you today? Do you take sleeping pills? The toxicology report mentions ethanol. So those are the basic questions that I should have known to ask.
I don't want to talk about grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work.
Work? What is she doing? I joked about her being my maid, but she's actually being a maid.
I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor. He teaches history and psychology, amongst other things. I know it's not technically work, but he asked if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut, but I'm sure you've already noticed that.
When she says jump cut, she goes and makes like a noise. Like, listen, you'll have to turn it up if you want to hear it, but like, just listen to the way she says it. I'll be quiet.
I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor. He teaches history and psychology, amongst other things. I know it's not technically work, but he asked if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut, but I'm sure you've already noticed that.
She does it twice in a row. And goes whoop, whoop. Video footage.
I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding.
Changeable.
Psychokinetics, remember? Cult of the Kinetic Mind? Professor Alderby said it was recommended reading to help psychiatrists in their frontline battle with insanity, he likes to call it.
Battle with insanity.
Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. The patient must be cured by removing their psychokinetic ability if present, either by telling them it doesn't exist or by using another psychokinetic ability to negate it. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all of it. There was a specific example.
Specific example. This might be... The specific example might be the first person that Alderby, like... Maybe it's related to Dr. Dekker's power. You know, everybody else has a power. Maybe Dekker has a power too.
If someone tells you they can fly,
Okay.
you tell them you control air currents and that from now on they won't be allowed to use them. This would normally stimulate the brain in such a way that the patient stopped thinking they could fly. The main danger as the therapist is believing that you can control air currents.
Danger.
The danger of pretending you have psychokinetic
And
abilities
then
is
you
that you
get
may start
murdered,
believing
right?
you have them and then
They
have
kill
them.
you.
It's the paradox of the cure. Dr. Dekker loved paradoxes. His favourite was the grandfather paradox.
The grandfather paradox is if you go back in time and become your own grandfather, right? Isn't it in Back to the Future where he almost sleeps with his own mother?
If you can travel back in time and kill your grandfather,
kill your grandfather,
then
never mind.
you cannot be born. But if you cannot be born, then you cannot kill your grandfather. It's a time traveler's chicken and egg, if you will.
In the Zero Escape games, the way that would work is that the timeline where you went back and killed your grandfather would still exist and it would just play as normal. It would be like you've always killed your grandfather. I think that's how it works. Because you can't jump between timelines. In Zero Escape, the first game, they do jump between timelines. But in the second and third one, they don't. They jump their consciousness, but the timeline still continues the same. Right? Something like that. Because the whole point of the second game was to go back and change... You know what I'm talking about. Zero Escape. Zero Escape's become really like... I feel like Zero Escape is recommended reading for anything to do with like paradoxes, time travel, and multi-dimensions. I really do. It's such a framework to view the rest of other media through. Kind of the same with The Matrix. It's like a framework. If you watch The Matrix, it's such a framework to view the rest of the stuff through. I think it's the same with Inside Out, right? Didn't people say that Inside Out is a really good movie to show kids, to help them talk about emotions because it gives them that vocabulary? Let's talk about alcohol. The report says alcohol.
Some people would say Dr. Dekker had a bit of a drinking problem. It got worse and then it got better when his confidence turned up. I think it was the stress of dealing with the new patients. I like the odd tipple.
Odd tipple?
I've been known to drink, not as much at the
She's
moment,
a
not as
party
much as
animal,
Dr.
I
Dekker
can
did.
tell.
He kept at least one bottle in his desk drawer at all times. You can't imagine the amount of times I wanted to sneak in and have some.
Can't relate. Genuinely can't relate. When she says something like that, or when somebody says something like that, I genuinely can't relate. It's so fucking weird. I was watching Critical Role Season 3, and one of the characters is a robot. It's called Fresh Cut Grass. And the actor who plays Fresh Cut Grass is Sam Riegel. And he drinks, obviously, right? And his last character used to drink heavily. So he made a joke like, man, this type of thing makes me wish I could drink, right? As in, like, he can't because he's a robot. And I was like, I couldn't relate. And what was the other thing? The episode after that, Taliesin Jaffe. I've never said his name out loud. Taliesin Jaffe took a drink of one mug and then a drink of another sitting right next to it. And he says, I'm getting caffeinated and a little buzzed at the same time. And like, I couldn't understand. Like, I don't know why drink makes things better. I don't get it. It almost makes me want to drink to know what I'm missing. It's so unrelatable. It's kind of the same with people who smoke weed, right? They're like, man, that movie's great if you're high. It's like, that movie's good when you're not high. What the fuck does being high make it any better? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Jaya said Dr. Dekker kept a bottle in his desk drawer. Could someone have spiked it?
I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink.
Bottle.
Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk. Wouldn't have been that hard to empty out some capsules into it. Maybe the police should get fingerprints?
Fingerprints?
I don't know.
Police.
You're getting closer all the time, but you're still...
Spiked his drink? So they think he put pills in the bottle?
I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk. Wouldn't have been that hard to empty out some capsules into it.
That was
Maybe the
awfully
police
specific.
should get
Capsules?
Interesting. But
who knew Dr. Dekker had a bottle in his desk? That's a long question. Who knew about the bottle? Did you know about the bottle? I mean, she did. Why am I even asking that? I don't know what else to say
I
from
suppose
this,
it's
though.
possible that somebody...
It's possible. Shit.
It must be frustrating, always asking and getting nowhere. Are you frustrated, Doctor?
Hey, is she asking me what I think she's asking me? Yes, I am frustrated.
I see. And how does that make you feel?
I feel sad.
I see. And what are you going to do about it, Doctor?
Drink. I'm gonna drink.
Interesting.
I don't know. What are the things? Do you take sleeping pills? Yes, test for fingerprints. No, don't test for... Yes, test for fingerprints.
I'll go and suggest it. Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime.
And then do you take sleeping pills?
I'm on temazepam to help me sleep. If you mix it with alcohol, it's a bit trippy, or sometimes it can make you sleep forever, so I try not to do that.
I've heard that about a lot of medications. Like they just completely fuck you up. One of them is Night Nurse. Night Nurse is like a sleeping and cold remedy, and Night Nurse fucks you up. It's basically lean, right? Because it's got codeine in it, I think. I think it's the codeine and the alcohol that like gets you fucked up. It's basically purple drink. Oh, help you sleep.
Temazepam is a sleeping tablet. It helps you sleep. I thought I had sleep apnea at first, but it's probably stress. If you worry about not sleeping, you end up not sleeping at all. True story.
True story. Sleep apnea?
I don't know.
Sleep apnea.
I don't...
Insomnia.
No.
Shit. Insomnia.
Sorry,
You worried about sleeping?
I don't know, Doc.
What do I need to follow up
Temazepam
on
is
this?
a sleeping tablet.
Sleeping
it helps
tablet
you
helps
sleep.
you sleep.
I thought I had sleep apnea at first.
You're stressed?
There's a lot of stress in here.
There we go.
We're dealing with people's lives. How do you relax, Doctor?
Jaya asked how I relax. I relax with food. Maybe alcohol also relaxes me. What else? Oh shit. I relax listening to music, playing games by eating or playing sport. I relax by is the format. I relax playing sport. Do you think I should try some funny shit? Do you think I should put like I relax by committing murder, committing arson, whacking off? I relax by jerking off.
You're getting closer.
She just said you're getting closer. I relax by masturbating.
Interesting. But I don't know
I'm
any.
sure you don't. I relax by playing video games.
You're getting close.
I'll just say playing games.
I love video games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists. Sorry, I'd settle for any female protagonists.
This came out in 2017. There was already hundreds of strong female protagonists. Oh my god. What was the joke? There's a Chinese American. No, he's not. He's Korean. He's Korean American. There's a Korean American comedian. And he has a joke. Yeah, his joke is, I love that the Black Panther movie came out. Because now black people have a strong role model. And he says, yeah, sure, they already had, what is it? Jesse Owens. What is the list? They already had like Shaquille O'Neal, Barack Obama, Harriet Tubman, and he lists like all the famous black people, right? Like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. He lists like a huge list, and then he gets a laugh and pauses, and then he lists even more. And this is like that same type of energy. Like, oh, I wish we had more female strong protagonists in games. Oh yeah, like, Lara Croft, Samus Aran, Ellie from The Last of Us, Clementine from The Walking Dead. Like, there's so many, dude. 2017, you would already have Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. There's so many female protagonists, dude. Like, I would actually argue that there probably is more female protagonists than male. Right? There probably is. And I mean, this is 6 years post Skyrim. Like, I don't know, man. There's so many strong women in games. It's, I don't know. Oh, I can ask all of those. Let's say playing sport.
Mariana thought I played hockey. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
I don't know what that means.
I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating is the worst. Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother.
Oh yeah, Dr. Dekker's mother was... I can't remember her name. It might be in my notes from Elin. It might be in my Elin notes. No. It's not there. Oh, we've already progressed enough with Jaya. I guess we just needed to do the thing with the fingerprint, so that was probably the trigger.
I bet you like dance music. I don't know why.
How well do you know Professor Alderby? Did Dr. Dekker have any psychokinetic abilities? Why did Dr. Dekker want to be removed from the videos? Can I see the videos? No.
I have no idea. Maybe he was an undercover secret agent? Maybe he was getting more annoying as time progressed. You're not, though. You're lovely. Is this a good time to ask for a raise?
No raise. No raise. A raise? Wait, that's a question.
Wow. I was kidding, but thank you, Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. And don't worry, I'll sort it all out.
Yeah, just give yourself 3% a year like everybody else, okay?
Dr. Dekker definitely dabbled in that stuff. I'm not sure to what extent. I like Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about.
Oh, what book have you been raving about? We already wrote this down. It's called The Kinetic, it's called like Billy Mays and the Kinetic Washing Machine or something, right?
The Cult of the Kinetic Mind.
That's it.
I should start selling them myself.
The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. Interesting stuff. So Jaya's Dunzo. Scarlet is also Dunzo. We got Bryce, Claire, Elin, Mariana, and Nathan. I feel like the person we can still pursue with is Bryce. They're getting fingerprints though from the bottle, right? To see who's touched the bottle. If I was to guess, I would say that possibly Mariana and Scarlet could have fingerprints on the bottle for actually just drinking it. Since, you know, Dr. Dekker was a flirt and whatever, right? Possibly Jaya's fingerprints could be on it because maybe she pours him a drink every so often. She said she was tempted and she knew it was there, so she'd seen it. She didn't mention not touching it. Let's ask Nathan how he is. How are you, Nathan?
I'm feeling good. I ran into one of your other patients, Mariana. She's beautiful. I think we might go on a date.
You ain't got a chance, son.
I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person. I think the police are barking up the wrong tree.
He's getting sirened into her. You think she's innocent?
Nope.
Yeah, he's not. Did Dr. Dekker drink?
You're confusing me again.
Alcohol.
Alcohol isn't something I usually notice on people until they're slurring and weaving around. Was Dr. Dekker an alcoholic? Probably. I never saw him drink, though.
Bottle. Temazepam.
Temazepam is the same sleeping pill Dr. Dekker prescribed me.
Ah. So he
Why
was
would he mix
prescribed
those with
it.
alcohol? People are such idiots. Which reminds me, that truck driver died.
Oh shit, we never found out about the driver. Alcohol. How would the truck driver die? Alcohol. Truck driver. So, I now have 2 suspicious things on him. Hold on. Has an alibi for time of death and would need a doctor's signature for temazepam. I think that Ellen's completely innocent. I think she's completely innocent. Claire. Yeah, hold on. We're gonna jump to Claire. Alcohol.
If Dr. Dekker was an alcoholic, he hid it well. I never saw him drink.
Okay, she never
He
saw him
certainly
drink.
never offered me a drink. God knows I could have used one.
Again, we're taking it with a grain of salt though, right? Claire, innocent, never offered a drink by Dekker, never saw Dekker drink. I'll ask her about the temazepam as well.
I've never used sleeping pills. I'm too afraid of what would happen to me in my sleep.
Afraid?
That's not...
Afraid of sleeping?
No, sorry. Did I give you the photo? I can't remember.
Photo?
Oh yes, here.
What the fuck? What?
From a few weeks ago. As you can see, Doctor, he looks perfectly normal.
I don't even want to look at this photo. I don't want to look at this photo. Innocent, hasn't taken sleeping pills, is afraid what will happen to her in her sleep. Give me 1 second. Apologies for the random as fuck AFKs. I've had like how many random AFKs tonight? Like 3 in 2 hours? Alright, let's have a look at this photo. That's when he's still alive, right? She's looking at the photo right there. Maybe you're meant to pick up on what people are holding. Nathan is always throwing toys around and stuff, right? Like a ball, and he puts a ball in his pocket. David's photo. She's literally looking at pills. Taking pills?
I don't know what you're talking about, Doctor.
What are those pills? She's taking pills in like the little like vignette videos, right? Like she's taking pills. Alcohol. We've already asked about alcohol and temazepam and she gave me the photo. Do I have any secret hints? No. Alright. Let's go with, what did Bryce say for temazepam?
My other doctor had prescribed me sleeping pills.
Alright, the other doctor gave him pills, so he had access, right? Access to sleeping pills. And then alcohol. He already said...
I never saw Dr. Dekker touch a drop.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it wasn't going on behind.
Didn't see Dekker drink. We already asked Claire. We already asked Ellen. Alcohol.
Dr. Dekker drank a bit.
Okay, here we go.
I didn't say anything about it, but well, it's not very professional, is it?
No.
I mean, it's not like he was drunk. Must be very stressful being a therapist. Do you find it stressful, Doctor?
No, I don't find it stressful.
I'm not really helping, am I?
Wait, I'm gonna just hint this.
Maybe you're just tired then. You should get some rest.
I would not sleep around Ellen. In case she kills you. Didn't see Dr. Dekker drink. Alright. And then we're on to Jaya, Mariana, and Nathan. But Nathan's already told us that he doesn't take the pills, right? Oh no, he is suspicious because he oh my god. He is suspicious because he was prescribed pills. And then we asked him about alcohol, and he said...
Alcohol isn't something I usually notice on people.
Notice,
until they're slurring and weaving around. Was Dr. Dekker an alcoholic? Probably. I never saw him drink.
Noticed signs of Dr. Dekker's alcoholism. Alcoholism. There you go. Alcohol.
That doesn't mean anything.
Oh, Mariana was quick to say that she doesn't drink. She was setting the framework ages ago, right? Did Dr. Dekker drink?
I've seen Dr. Dekker drink, but not that much. Certainly not during our sessions. He had other things on his mind, I'm sure.
Other things?
I don't know.
Did you know about... I'm just gonna say bottle.
Why are you asking me that?
Necklace.
Don't know.
Okay. Jaya. Temazepam. Alcohol. Alright, that's it. So, Mariana's last note is gonna be that saw Dekker drink, but not much, and not during sessions. Oakley, Dokely, let's go back and ask about the truck driver.
The truck driver that ran into Hannah.
He died?
He's divorced, apparently. He killed himself.
Fuck.
He mixed sleeping pills with alcohol too. But he died in his garage.
Ball.
I don't know.
Toy.
I can't tell you anything.
Alright, garage.
I read it in the paper. He'd been drinking.
That's sad, dude.
Then he took the sleeping pills.
Because it's not even his fault.
Then he went into his garage and put the hose pipe through his window. Not until he put his daughter in the seat first.
Shit.
It's one of those newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter. But his daughter was in the car. Do you know I wrote him a letter?
Letter?
Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him. I know it was my fault. But the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. I think maybe he killed himself because of me. Do you think I'm to blame, Doctor?
In the UK recently, Facebook, or Meta, the company that owns Facebook, was found to be liable in the death of a 13-year-old girl who committed suicide. And they were found liable due to their lack of responsibility in removing posts that led to the suicide of the girl. The girl was looking at, I think, pro-cutting and maybe pro-self-harm pages, and eventually she committed suicide, and Meta were found guilty, right? They were found guilty and culpable. I think as well there have been times where people have bullied somebody so much and told them to kill themselves and taken advantage of people who are mentally ill, and they've been found guilty as well. I would consider it that yes, he is responsible, right? I'm gonna say yes, I think you're responsible.
I don't know anything.
I'm gonna have to hint it, but sure. Yes, you're to blame.
I didn't think you'd say that. I think in the court of law, I wouldn't be found guilty.
You could be.
There was a picture of his daughter in the paper. Molly.
I'm gonna ask him about Molly.
Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me.
Oh shit, that was fucking creepy as hell.
Crazy, right?
They put one in each corner as well to make you not miss it. That was the best jump scare this game has had. Holy sh! If we watch it back,
Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me. Crazy, right? What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him?
Both. I'm gonna keep hint systeming this. I want to find out who killed him. I want to cure his patients.
It's been nice chatting with you. Don't get me wrong. But I can't help but feel you're mainly interested in finding out about the old doctor. I suppose you already know Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him.
No. Trying to kill him?
He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages. He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotise me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing.
Oh no. Is this like how I'm getting left notes on my notepad? It's Jaya. What have the police got to do with Mariana? I can stop you reliving days. Tell me about your referral. Wait, why would I be able to say that? Oh, because Jaya's told me that I can tell the patients things like that. Like, I can cure you, and then I get the powers, right?
He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotise me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing.
When he was talking about Mariana, and he said, I think the police need to leave her alone, I should have picked up on that, but I just thought that Mariana... I thought that Nathan knew that everybody was a suspect in Dr. Dekker's murder, but I think that Mariana's told him about the police finding her naked on the beach, right? That's what she's gonna say.
I think I've probably said too much. It's probably not the same girl anyway.
Not the same girl?
Read the papers, Doctor. I don't, but people at work talk about it. Missing people, dead bodies. The police are looking for a redhead, apparently.
The police are after you.
Ask me something.
Missing people?
That's...
Missing persons.
No.
Police.
I don't know.
Shit. That was good, though. So if I tell him about his referral...
My solicitors assured me that I wouldn't have to discuss anything about my trial with you, so I'm not going to. Concentrate on my state of mind, and let me worry about other things.
If I tell him that I can fix him...
Please do. I wish I could believe you.
I control time.
I haven't got a clue.
I control the days.
Sometimes I wonder where you're going with some...
Okay, I just thought that was maybe a thing from Jaya, when Jaya said if you tell the patient, like if a patient says I can fly and you say I control the air currents, you can tell them no, you can't fly. I need to pop my ears again. I feel like I can't hear properly. Alright. Did Dr. Dekker lend you money? I should have asked that. You talk about the beach a lot. Has anyone else followed you? Let's go with Dr. Dekker lending the money.
He lent me some money to start my business. It was a proper agreement. I remember signing things. He thought that a distraction would do me good. I don't think he expected me to trawl the beach for treasure and sell it online.
It's interesting. Because how much money do you need to start up selling stuff on eBay from the beach? Do you really need 3,000?
Dr. Dekker thought I had too much time on my hands, So a distraction would do me good. He lent me 15,000, all in all.
What the fuck? 15,000?
Mainly rent.
That worked. Rent?
Ask me.
Alright, I got 2 notes written. Jaya asked how to relax. Oh, never mind. Dr. Dekker's loan. I should take a look at the contract. The contract says if he dies, you don't need to repay it.
Don't know.
Lender's death?
That doesn't mean.
I don't know what else to tell her about that. I don't know how to rephrase that. Maybe I'll just hint it. There's nothing else to say there from the hint, though. If I was there with her, I would ask her, it says here that the lender also agrees to consider the loan repaid in full should he die. Repaid loan. Loan. Repaid.
I know nothing. He lent me some money to start.
Okay, let's just go with you talk about the beach a lot.
I have this recurring dream. I'm at the beach. I strip and walk into the sea.
Oh, baby.
The sea feels warm and comforting. Not cold and harsh like you'd think. I swim down to the bottom of the ocean. I can breathe freely. I can breathe water. On the ocean floor ahead of me, there is a beautiful creature. A glowing being with wispy limbs. It's so warm. I'm transfixed. But my feet shift. I'm unsteady.
Mermaid tail.
Below me, the floor is woven in human flesh. Dead bodies, but some of them still struggling for life. These are the ones touching me, gripping my feet. I scream. That's when I wake up. Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Hold on. Fuck, I just got outbid on eBay. I picked up my phone and it said like you're about to be outbid and it just outbid me. I need to set my alerts better. I just got outbid on a Tearaway Unfolded, which is a PlayStation 4 exclusive game made by the people who made Little Nightmares. Shit. Well, outbid again. I clicked the notification, and as I moved my finger, another notification slid up to the top. Fuck. Alright. Do I have that dream? I want to say no. No, I don't have that dream. What's the glowing being? Has anyone else followed you? Let's go with has anyone else followed you first.
Do you forget anything from our sessions, Doctor? People follow me to the beach.
And you haven't been to
I
the beach.
don't know who they are, and I don't know what happens to them. I don't always get followed, though, so it doesn't explain my blackouts.
What happens?
Nope.
What happens to people who follow Mariana? What do you think happens to the people who follow you?
I said I don't know what happens to
That
them.
worked. That was a big sentence.
It's not always to the beach. Sometimes they follow me home. My home is in Chantry. You know that. You rang my doorbell last night.
I did? Rang your doorbell?
If you say so, it must have been your twin then.
My twin?
I don't know if I have a twin. Do you have a twin, Doctor?
No. No, I don't have a twin.
I know you don't. It was definitely you, wearing what you're wearing now.
Wearing my clothes.
Why are you...
Definitely me.
I don't know.
What the fuck is going on? Why would I come to your house?
I don't know. I didn't kiss you, but you just followed me, like the others. I don't feel comfortable here, Doctor. I'd like to leave.
What did I do?
It's a dream, Doctor. Stranger things happen in dreams.
I'm gonna say no, I don't have that dream.
It's horrific and beautiful at the same time.
That's it. Oh, you shit. Tell me about your referral letter.
It's a referral letter, Doctor. Don't overthink it. A girl can't be too careful with everything that's been going on. You said it with such a serious look on your face, I almost believed you.
So when I told her I can stop the blackout, she just laughs.
It would be good if you had some kind of superpower that helped me. But I don't think so.
Maybe I do have a superpower. How does she know? Alright.
He's the cute, sad-looking one, isn't he?
I'll ask her about Nathan.
He asked me out, and I said I'd let him know. Do you think I should go out with him?
Yes. Kill Nathan.
Okay, but if he goes missing, don't go looking at me.
She's laughing as if it's not gonna happen. It might happen.
No. There's been no dancing. I haven't been feeling that well, Doctor.
Yeah, she's having like withdrawal symptoms from the beach. You feel ill? We've already asked this. Alright. We only have 3 more people to go with here, right? I mean, Jaya has a bunch of stuff though. No, she doesn't. Let's go with Bryce, and I'm just gonna start hinting. Have you seen Jessica again? What have you stolen? He mentioned he stole something big, but it was a painting, right?
It's just that one thing, just the painting I've stolen recently. I think my new pursuer is unraveling me. Is it okay to steal things, Doctor? If I really like them?
No.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Wait, I said yes. I didn't mean that.
I suppose they're just things I'm taking, not people. It's not like I'm stealing people. I saw Jessica across the street this morning. She waved, but I just crumbled. Ever since I took those photos, I haven't been able to face her. Do you think I should tell her about the photos, Doctor?
Fuck. Yes. Yes, tell her about the photos.
Yes, you're right. I should tell her what I've done. Or at least let her have the photos.
She's gonna fucking call the police.
I don't think she's going to be very pleased.
She's gonna freak out, dude.
But I should be honest.
Here's Dr. Dekker. Jesus Christ. You're dropping in at the end of like a 10-hour game. But basically, Dr. Dekker died. I'm his replacement. And these are my patients. And I have to ask his patients questions and get them to tell me stuff. But, yep, Dr. Dekker was some kind of alcoholic, Cthulhu-worshipping, faux psychic, weird guy. I don't know how old he is. This is like, there's been a lot of questions about what he's like. I think it's a man, right? I'm pretty sure it's a man. I don't think they've told me that in the 10 hours I've been playing this game. But, he was an alcoholic, and he had a bottle of alcohol on his desk. And I have his like death report. His toxicology report says that he had ethanol alcohol in his body, which basically means just drink, right? Like drinking alcohol. And he tested positive for benzodiazepines in the form of temazepam, which is a sleeping pill. So we think that he was killed. Oh, it does say sex male there, actually. It does say sex M. I think he was killed by somebody drugging the bottle in his desk. And we've already given the bottle to the police to get fingerprints. And these are my notes. Look how many millions of fucking notes I've taken. And I've deleted some. I've been taking so many notes. The aim of the game is to get all these circles next to the people's names to go orange, and then you skip to the next act and whatever. Yeah, it's Lovecraftian. Yeah. This guy, Nathan, his girlfriend died in a car accident, and he can't move on from the accident, so every day he relives the same day, like Groundhog Day. Like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. Mariana is a siren who kisses people and makes them follow her, and then she drags them into the water, basically. They follow her into the water where there's a big creature and they drown. Elin has the ability to transform herself into other people. Claire has the ability to resurrect people from the dead. None of this is proven, by the way. They're just telling me this. I don't know if it's true. Bryce has an extra hour at midnight where the world freezes and he has an hour to do anything he wants. I do know what Lovecraft's cat was named. Yeah, it's a beautiful name. Fucking hell. What was Scarlet's power? Oh, Scarlet's power is she can go into people's dreams. She can, like, if somebody dreams, she can go into their dream. And she says it gets weird because people's dreams often turn to nightmares. Let's ask Ellen stuff. I'm using the hint system now because some of the way you type in stuff is you have to hit keywords. And sometimes keywords aren't enough and you have to get your phrasing perfect. So even though I know what I want to ask people, I've sometimes put in like 6 to 7 messages and gotten close, and then I click it and I was like a word off. So do you still think about Dekker? If I'd wrote like, you know, anything else other than that, it might not have triggered.
I think of Dr. Dekker every time one of my patients dies. It makes me remember how he didn't care about his mum.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good therapist. He was a lousy son.
So I should pick up on he was a lousy son.
I was angry at Dr. Dekker. Hilda's daughter, she's in Australia, so fair enough, maybe she really couldn't get over to see her. But Dr. Dekker's mum was dying literally on the other side of town and he just couldn't be bothered. I shifted for her, but in a way I wish I hadn't, because it let Dr. Dekker off the hook, you know?
True.
I didn't realise how little he cared until I told him the news.
So when she was taking care of Dr. Dekker's mother, who was dying, she shifted into Dr. Dekker for a few minutes to like put the mother at peace, basically, seeing her son one last time. So she did let Dr. Dekker off the hook, essentially. How's Terry? Terry's her co-worker. Did you ever try shifting for Dr. Dekker? Did Dr. Dekker know you could shift? Did you have a referral letter to see Dr. Dekker? I think after they go orange, I was meant to surmise that I have to ask them about the referral letter and then say I could cure them, but I didn't work that out. Jaya, the secretary, told me that telling patients you could cure them was a bad idea. So I wouldn't have probably typed that in.
I referred myself because of Dr. Dekker's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Was I supposed to have a letter?
Uh-oh. She just showed up and said, hey, I'm crazy.
Terry hasn't been into work for a few days. I hope there's nothing wrong with her.
I think you fucking killed Terry. I think you killed Terry. Are you just pretending to care about Terry? See what I mean?
Terry and I are never going to be best friends, but I wouldn't wish her ill.
Did you kill Terry? Alright, I can't ask that.
Yes, once.
She shifted for
I wanted
Dr.
to show
Dekker,
him
okay.
what I could do so he could see for himself. I took his hand, I told him to think of a loved one, and then...
You turned into a monster?
There was nothing.
'Cause he
I
didn't.
mean, literally nothing, just an empty void. The only thing I could feel was his hand holding mine. I'm pretty sure without that I'd have... I'm not sure I could have made it back.
Dr. Dekker didn't love anyone? No, didn't work. Shit.
Yes, I told Dr. Dekker. Most other people wouldn't have believed me, but he did. In fact, He cared far more about the shifting than he did about his mum dying.
Yeah, Dr. Dekker seems to care more about he cares more about the patient's abilities than the patient's trauma that caused the abilities. So, for example, the person whose girlfriend died in a car crash, he cares more about the guy having Groundhog Day syndrome than he does about the death of the girl. You know? Also, a lot of people in this game are barefoot, and I think it's the dev. I think the dev wanted them all barefoot, right? Like, look at Mariana, right? Just hear me out. Hear me out. Mariana is like barefoot. Look, watch this. She puts her feet on the couch like all the time, right? Like this is Tarantino level, right? And then Scarlet is also the same, right? Oh wait, she's not barefoot. She's not. Never mind. But Claire, right? Claire's wearing some like fucking blue nylons. Like what the fuck is? You know what I mean? There's definitely some stuff going on here. There's definitely some stuff going on here that I'm not meant to pick up on, and I have. I've picked up on it. I'm on to you, devs. I'm on to you, right? This is like the dev. Have you seen Yuri in Street Fighter? In the new Street Fighter, Juri, right? Or Yuri, the girl with the blacky purple hair. Like, it's kind of black hair, but it's like when it gets hit by light, it goes purple. She uses her feet to like beckon people over. Like, you know when people say like come fight me and they wave their hand, she literally waves her feet. She literally has like foot emotes in the game. Weird. Alright. We'll say, do you think Dr. Dekker didn't care about his mum?
For a moment, I thought he might cry. Just for a split second. But he didn't. He just carried on with our session. I wish I knew what went on there. Jaya probably knows. She spent quite a long time with Sarah when she visited.
Sarah. That was the name of Dr. Dekker's mother, Sarah Dekker.
You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset.
So that's me telling her that I could like fix her power. And she's done. We're now on to Claire. And this is literally the end of Act 4. So this game could be finished in the next 5 minutes or half an hour. I don't even know. Yeah, that's my secret, Dr. Dekker. I'm always angry. So, Claire has a husband called David Castleford. This is him. Sorry for the flashbang, by the way. Whenever I click on this, I'm aware of how fucking bright it is. Whenever I click on this shit, right? Like, I know it's a flashbang, but like... Anyway, Claire was arrested. This is the arrest report. She stabbed her husband with a steak knife. He was unresponsive. She was arrested under suspicion of murder. There was a murder victim. They even buried and had a funeral for David. But Claire paid the people at the graveyard to exhume the body, and she performed the ritual, and he came back to life. And Claire claims that her husband, this guy, which is probably the dev's dad, she claims that he's hunting animals and skinning them, and he's unresponsive to verbal commands, and she's worried that he's gonna kill this little girl that keeps walking around their lake house property. The Avengers theme on the ocarina. On the ocarina, when I played the ocarina. Fuck, dude. 10 out of 10. That clip is in like the top 50 clips on the channel still, because I've watched it so many times. Anyway, she asked, because David's like a zombie and she's getting scared of him, should she kill the zombie, David? And I think she should, because her problem is that she's not moving on from David's death. Right? That's her problem. Her problem is she needs to move on from David's death. She needs to, like, you know, go to jail for his murder and get closure. Have you talked to Bryce or Iris? Oh! Bryce is the guy at the graveyard. He's also a patient of mine who exhumed the body. And Iris is a complicated one. Iris is a little girl that was in Dr. Dekker's basement, and during Bryce's extra hour at midnight where everybody's frozen, Bryce went to Dr. Dekker's house, saw the door to the basement was open, snuck past Dr. Dekker and freed the little girl. He brought the girl he dressed her. That was a key point. He dressed the girl and took her to a police station and left her on the police station bench and left. Shouldn't recommend killing somebody as a doctor. Even a zombie though? I feel like recommending killing a zombie is different.
I never talked to Bryce, but I did talk to Iris. She didn't want to at first. She blames me for David's death, but as we both know, that's not a thing. Anyway, she said she was never locked up in any basement and had never heard of any Dr. Dekker. So it's, as I first suspected, a lie. You didn't make all of that up so I'd talk to Iris again, did you?
So if I say, oh wait, I got a secret note. I should tell Bryce Iris denies being locked in the basement. Let's go back to Bryce. Iris doesn't remember being locked in a basement.
How extraordinary. So the girl in the basement was somebody that Claire knows, and she's adamant that I didn't rescue her. I really wish I'd taken photos now.
This guy, my notes on him are fucking fantastic. Like, you'll get a laugh out of it. I'll put it right at the top so you can, like... Alright, where's my notes on Bryce? Lacey, Jasmine, Bryce, right. Brycel. Brycel? Bryce. Bryce was cancelled for looking at booba. He has access to sleeping pills and didn't see Dr. Dekker drink. Actual criminal. Took photos of his neighbor Jessica, a young single mother. Actual madman. Grave digger. It says digger at. Grave digger at Henley Church. Has a secret hard drive he wants me to destroy with. This is all true. This is all in the game. He has a secret hard drive and he says, I have a secret hard drive in my wardrobe. If anything happens to me, could you destroy it? He's literally that one fucking friend. You know, that one friend. Oh god. Depressed. Time stops for 1 hour at midnight for him. Photography. Takes photos with people during his hour. Says there's too many religions. Asks, he's pro-cremation. He asks about Valentine's Day. He's an art critic. Is followed by a hooded figure during his extra hour of movement when time is stopped. But yeah, he was cancelled for looking at booba. One of the other patients, the one who works in the art gallery, said that he's creepy and stares at her chest. And then we later found out that he stripped off his neighbor Jessica, took photos of her, and then like dressed her back up, and he still has the photos. He's literally like isn't it Dio in JoJo's that can pause time, do like the Zawardo thing, and then like he pauses time? He's literally that guy. We had a show in the UK called Bernard's Watch, and Bernard's Watch was about a kid that's always late to stuff. And he gets a stopwatch, and when he clicks the stopwatch, time freezes. But it moves for everybody else except for Bernard, right? And the whole show was like these low-budget things where people were just pretending to be stopped, and like, you know, he'd move a ladder so somebody didn't fall, or he'd place like a cushion where a cat was gonna fall out a tree and stuff like that. That was literally just Bernard's Watch. That was the whole show. Big memes. Big memes. Fucking hell, dude. This game. Let me ask about all the other shit then, right? He also said he can now teleport. He said the person chasing him almost caught him, so he closed his eyes and teleported home. I think if we ask him to teleport, he'll teleport out of here.
I was one of Dr. Dekker's first patients. I wasn't referred by anyone. My GP recommended I saw someone privately. I think he was just sick of listening to me complain about how little time I had during our 10-minute slot.
"10 minutes? Do people really go to therapy for 10 minutes? I've never been to therapy or like spoken to somebody about their therapy. I thought you paid for an hour. And then possibly a half hour. What can you even cover in 10 minutes? Is this a photo of David Castleford? Oh shit! That's why I have the photo. So I can cross-reference it with him.
Yes, that's David Castleford. I've no idea when it was taken. Shocking composition.
It is a really fucking bad composition. Right? Like, look, he's fucking... The blur, terrible. Fucking terrible. Anyway. I've been criticizing people's dresses and everything in this game. It's been pretty great, to be honest. Wait, when did she tell you she'd pay for you to go? Like, right this minute? Or, like, lately? Like, what the fuck? Oh, no. Christ. Oh, God. You said before you feel like you're unraveling.
No, I'm not becoming him. I'm not becoming Dekker.
What do you know about your pursuer is definitely How do you know it's definitely military? He said that his pursuer follows him, but if he tries to follow the pursuer walks through scenarios that are tempting. So he'll walk by like an open window, he'll walk by an open cash register, or a fight that's happening in the street, or an argument that's happening between strangers. Like something that would tempt him to stop and intervene, like in Bernard's Watch, right? Like if you see two people arguing, you could like turn them around and make their underwear drop, and then they'll both, you know, they'll both be like, what the fuck? And then the argument stops.
My pursuer. He's measured in his approach, watching, testing. When he finally came for me, I wasn't ready. I think he underestimated me though, and that allowed me to escape. He didn't think I'd be able to just leave.
Using his teleport powers.
Why do you think he's coming after me, Doctor? Oh, I think I might know.
That specifically happened in Bernard's Watch. You think you know why your pursuer is after you? No, I don't know if that happened in Bernard's Watch. We looked up the show when I started talking about it. It came out in 1997 and they stopped making new episodes in 2001. So I was 7 years old and then 11 years old when it finished. And I don't remember really watching it too much. It was on, I think, 3 or 3:30 p.m. And schools close at 3. So it would normally just be finishing by like the time I got home. Because I used to walk, like it was a 15-20 minute walk home. So I don't really remember watching it that much. I remember there was one where he saved an animal. And I thought it was really cool that they managed to pause the animal. Because how do you get an animal to like act like it's frozen? But they did. It was convincing for like 10-year-old me. You were 1 and 5 respectively. Jesus Christ. How are you so young? How am I so fucking old, dude? Christ. There was a question on a quiz show today, and it was about a show from 1965. And the host of the show was like patting the person who just answered the question on the back and like saying like, how did you not know that? And I felt like, I'm fucking 32. A show from 1965 is literally 25 years before I was born, right? And the contestant on the show was younger than me. Unless you specifically look up that show, you're never gonna know. Especially if it was something like, we have soap operas in the UK that are on their 9,000th episode that have been running for over 60 years. Would you believe that? We have multiple shows that are over 6,000 episodes that have been running for 45, 50 years plus. You're never gonna know shit from like all that time ago. Yeah, one piece of soap opera. Look up EastEnders. EastEnders, I believe, has 9,000 episodes. Coronation Street has about 7,000. And Emmerdale Farm has about 5,000. You could also look up The Archers to see how many episodes The Archers has. That's a radio drama. And that has a shit ton. And here's the thing. There's no real way to watch all those. There's no real way to go back and watch season 1, episode 1. Because they're not archived. The BBC doesn't archive everything they show. That's why there's some episodes of Doctor Who that are completely missing. Did you know that they found episodes of Doctor Who, long lost episodes of Doctor Who, in a monastery in northern France? I think it's like season 2 or 3 of Doctor Who was broadcast in like the 60s or whatever, right? And people didn't have home VHS recorders, so it was up to the company to record their own tapes, and the BBC overwrote the tapes, and they didn't have a copy of these episodes. And then there was a monastery in northern France which was able to pick up the British television signals back then, and the person working at the monastery had recorded them on a VHS tape, and they were found in storage in like 2012, 2013. These episodes had been lost for 55, 60 years. That's fucking crazy, right? Like, the company itself doesn't back up that shit enough for people to go back and rewatch them. I just think it's wild. There was a question about Steptoe and Son. Steptoe and Son is such an old show, and there's no way to watch archived versions. You can't buy the VHSs, you can't buy the DVDs or the Blu-rays. It's not on streaming services. You'd literally be relying on some fucking 5-seed, 0-seed torrent file somewhere, right? Like, there's no way. It pisses me off, because how are you gonna get a question like that right? Right? Like, the only way you're gonna get a question like that right is if you looked up the cast page on IMDb or read episode synopsis on Wikipedia. That is fucking trash. I hate those questions. Anyway, this guy's getting pursued, and he thinks he knows why the guy's after him. I think it's the military wanting to steal his power. Oh shit, it flashed 2 of those. I'll use the hint system, fuck it. Why do you think the pursuer is coming after you?
I think he's death, Doctor. I think I saved that old woman from burning to death in bed, and now he's coming after me to even the score. Do you think it could be death?
Oh yeah, shit. There was an old woman who had a cigarette, and she'd fallen asleep in a bed, and he saw her through a window during his like hourly walkabout at night when time is frozen. So he went into the woman's window, stripped off her covers that were on fire, and put them into the shower. And then he went, and don't worry, Doctor, I didn't take photos this time. As if he'd take photos of the old woman. Oh my god. Let's say I can stop his curse.
No, Doctor. No, you can't. I've seen what you can do. You can listen and ask, but you don't have any real power.
True. By the way, this game holds the world record for the most FMV videos in a full motion video game. So it has the most individual video segments out of any game ever made, and it hasn't been beaten yet. It was made in 2017. It has 1,600 plus videos, and it still struggles to give you a response when you type stuff in. It still struggles. It doesn't parse the text properly. Say like, yes, I want you to teleport, right? If I say, yes, teleport for me. Or wait, no. The other one is, I think it is deaf, right? I think it's deaf.
Ask me something else.
Like, that's pretty obvious what I mean, right? I think it is deaf.
No.
See, he doesn't know what I mean. Yes, it's deaf. It is deaf.
Yes, perhaps it is death. I've done something good, and now I'm being punished for it.
Yeah, world record PM.
Why would it wait for me in the hour, though? Wouldn't it just come for me crossing the road?
I don't know.
No, don't know.
Yes, I want you to teleport.
Blink, and you'll miss
Here we
it.
go. Oh!
Told you.
What?
Blink, and you'll miss it. Told you.
When you watch stuff back, the creepy stuff that you see is gone. Every time. Alright, what's the problem with the girl?
The little girl, our neighbour at the lake house, she says David is weird and creepy.
Doctor!
Fucking hell!
Sorry, but I found some of the referral letters we were talking about. There is a pattern, but it's not the same for everyone. He said to get them to you ASAP, so here you go.
That was so loud. My whole fucking body took a screenshot, dude. What the fuck? Holy shit. I fucking screamed so loud. It's 1:45. I think my dad's trying to sleep in the other room. My fucking heart, dude. I didn't even hear what she said. There's something strange about these solicitors' names. Hackett Brown, Chart Token in Law, Cat Rowbench. They're all anagrams of each other, right? Oh my god. Hackett and Brown. Yeah. They're all like anagrams of the same thing. Oh my god. That fucking shit myself, dude. Alright, Jaya. The referral names are anagrams.
I spotted that. All the solicitors' names are anagrams of each other, but why would someone need so many aliases to refer patients? I got a bit weirded out thinking it might be connected to Dr. Dekker's murder, so I just stopped thinking. Don't get me started.
Holy shit. More feet, more feet. Do you see the bare feet again? What does that also go to? Chart token and ball. That's pretty funny because a ball is like a ball in Scottish. It's like your balls, like your nuts. I don't know what that would anagram back into. Chart token and ball. I'm gonna use an anagram website. Anagram maker. All right, chart token. And wait, no, it's just chart token and ball, right? Hackett and Brown. How did you spell Hackett there? Hackett Brown. Burton Fwack. Kent Fro. Batch Network. Becken Fort. Wow. Awkward Bench. Clip thing broken, you're trying to clip it? Oh shit. When I do this, it flicks up the background of the scene because this is an interesting thing about this game. So, released in 2017, it uses an old version of the Chromium browser. So the Google Chrome browser's shell, like the base browser, Chromium. You can download Chromium and use Chromium. I don't know why people would though, but Chromium is available to the public, and this uses it to play all the videos. So when you type stuff in, when you hit enter, all that stuff, this is all done in Chromium. So what that means is you can't capture this as a full screen game. You have to capture it as a Google Chrome window that just has no border. It's pretty interesting. Refer a client to your clinic for evaluation. Claire Castleford. She is being charged with murder for her husband, and we require your diagnosis as to whether she was of sound mind and had the mens rea. Mens rea? I've never heard that before. We believe that our client has only given us her first name, Mariana. Is mentally unstable and would like your expert opinion on this matter. We are happy to cover all your costs and look forward to receiving your report forthwith. For attention of Dr. Dekker, I am referring yet another client to you today for further psychiatric evaluation. It is my hope that you concur with my suspicions and are able to find him insane under the guidelines set out within the McNaughton rules. Here's an interesting thing. This one says another patient. So Cat Roundbench must have sent another patient at some point. Mens rea these nuts. Men's diarrhea. Oof, alright. Claire Castleford. Yes, I made up the story about Iris. No, I didn't make up the story about Iris. The story about Iris we were told by Bryce. Bryce said, on my extra hour, I went to Dr. Dekker's house, saw a girl, blah blah.
Then Mr. Bryce seems to have a few more issues than me. Perhaps you should ask him about that.
You know what? I'm gonna do that right now. I can't. I think that's it. I think that was referring to what I needed to ask him last time. This is it. This is the final question. When Claire's circle goes orange, that means we can move on. Oh shit. The game almost crashed there. If the circle goes green, that means they have no more video responses. But that's difficult to get. You go to responses and you look for green asterisks next to their names. So
You've
this
never
one.
seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset.
So if I say I do mean it.
Sorry.
I've never seen you angry.
I don't really know anything about that.
Angry?
I don't know any.
Upset?
Doctor, I'm not sure I should.
See, I don't know what to push with this.
You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say.
What if I say no, I've never seen you angry?
I'm not really helping, am I?
See, there's another thing stuck there that you don't get a hint for, but I don't know what it is. Let's just go with Claire. Let's tell her to kill David, right? What do we think? Keep David alive or kill him? I think killing David so that David doesn't kill the little girl is a good idea.
I love him so much.
If I get jump scared again, I'm gonna fucking die.
But you're right. It's time. He's becoming a danger to people around him, not just himself.
Camera zooming in a fucking creepy way. That's it. Final act, right? We're on Act 4, so this is probably a epilogue. Uh-oh.
You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here.
Problem?
Dr. Dekker. He wants me to kill people.
Kill people?
He wants them to follow me to the sea, to the creature.
To the creature?
It eats them. It's getting stronger. Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out. He doesn't want me to know.
Cthulhu, dude. He's in the
He
water.
doesn't want me to remember.
Next to Henley Church.
I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all. You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth.
I'm gonna hint on this because I don't know what it is. What do you want me to tell you? Oh, you've just got to tell her that.
You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game.
A game?
I say a word, you say a word. Ready?
Okay.
Guilty.
Oh shit, I'm gonna use hint to see. Oh, I just have to say innocent. I'm gonna say, Bryce.
The longer it takes for you to get to the bottom of this.
Alright, innocent.
Murderer.
Victim. Fuck. The way she was leaning down there was fucking creepy. I didn't understand where her body was. I thought she was, oh god.
You know what I want. Focus.
Murderer. Murder?
You're disappointed.
Victim.
Let's.
Mariana.
Wrong answer.
Wait. I got a hint. I love you spelled backwards.
Yes. Yes, you do.
What the fuck? Am I getting a bad ending? Wait. I think I'm getting a bad ending. I think that Mariana couldn't have killed Dr. Dekker. If Mariana didn't have access to sleeping pills, didn't see the bottle of drink in Dr. Dekker's office, right? We haven't got the fingerprints back from the bottle to check if it was Mariana's fingerprints. She was kissing guys at bars and having them follow her to the water, and then she was feeding them to Cthulhu, right? And then she was trying to do the same to me. She claimed that I showed up at her house last night, but I didn't, because I was in my bed. Fuck.
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl.
killed himself.
David is weird.
Like she's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly.
out of his misery.
Is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets, fingerprints.
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics.
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
I'm fucking shitting myself. Act 5, insanity, please. Wait, there's 5 acts, not 4?
Oh, Doctor. You look...
Fucked.
There's something I need to tell you. I can't find Dr. Dekker's prescription pad anywhere. I'm not sure when it went missing, but I don't remember seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
There's 5 acts, not 4. So I'm not finished this game. Every day, every act, there's something you're meant to ask the patients. You're meant to ask them how they are, ask a follow-up question about the stuff that's happened already, and then you're meant to ask them about like an item that day. And I'm guessing today's the prescription pad. But I think I'm gonna call it quits. I think we'll do Act 5 tomorrow. There can't be much more than like another 2 or 3 hours if there is a 5th act, because each act has been around 3 hours so far. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna end the stream. Tomorrow is the release day of Simulacra 3. Simulacra was the mobile phone game where you get the found object mobile phone and you gain access to it and you look through everybody's like, you know, the person's photos and emails and stuff like that. I might get it tomorrow and play it, or I might not. I think we'll finish this first. There's also a Steam sale tomorrow. The Steam sale will be in exactly 18 hours. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. The Steam sale should have some good shit as well. And I'm pretty sure that Simulacra might have a deal, like a day 1 price. So I might get it. But until then... Is he wearing shoes? I'm just checking to see who's wearing shoes. Until then, good night. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye. What does she have in her box? Is that cookies? Did she bring me cookies? I'm not eating cookies from you, Ellen. You drug your patients. Look at her. She's waiting to drug me with these fucking weird cookies. I'm gonna ask her about the cookies. I can't. Cookies?
The usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter,
Arsenic?
chocolate chips, and my special
Poison?
ingredient. A little herbalist magic to give you some pep.
Weed! They're edibles!
You look like you need it.
They're edibles. They're edibles, my guy. They're fucking edibles. She's brought the edibles. Alright, I'm fucking out of here. Good night. Auf Wiedersehen. Don't eat too many edibles. Good night.